All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
What it do, baby? It's Friday. It's Saturday. I almost have Friday. I'm on one right now. It is Friday. Welcome to ASAP Vibes. Obviously, it's your boy Pride. I got that dude, Mike. Stand up. How you doing, Mike?
Man, I'm doing good, man. It's my niece's first birthday. Happy birthday, Aubrey. It was a great day, great weekend. Obviously, I was gone for a little bit. Little mental health break. I didn't get to come on ASAP Vibes' first show last week. Very upset about that. But it always gets better on episode 2. So we're going to kick it off tonight. Alana, if you're coming, we can't wait to have you on. If not, we'll hold it down. Don't even trip.
Yep. And of course, obviously, you know, when it comes to mental health, handle your business. You here now. And that's all that matters.
Right.
We got a new and improved Mike. So let's get right into it. So the Lakers have been struggling, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've been struggling. I don't want to say real bad, but you know, you can kind of make a case for them real bad. With LeBron being out, Mike, is this a valid excuse for the Lakers' slow start, or do you think there's like something greater to it?
Freddie's gonna hate me because I've been talking about it so much in the chat. But for the opponents that you're going up against and losing, it's a problem. Because the big problem to me, and it's not the same. LeBron James is not Nikola Vucevic by any way, shape, or form. But when I look at the Chicago Bulls going on this West Coast trip, the Warriors, the Lakers, the Clippers, the Nuggets, so on and so forth, you play all these teams, and then you play Dame. You play a bunch of teams, right? We're playing all of them on this West Coast trip without our all-star starting center. We are a small team to begin with. Nikola Vucevic is our biggest guy. And still, Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard couldn't out-rebound us. That's where I'm looking at it from that perspective. Now, I'm looking at it from that perspective, Pride, and I'm saying there's a lot that goes into it. To get beat by OKC twice, you know, you already have Anthony Davis, who I believe our boy Freddie would love for me to say this, is a top 3 center in this league, in my opinion. You have Russell Westbrook, who's taken garbage teams to the playoffs before. The question isn't, can this team win a championship without LeBron? It's, can they make it to the playoffs without LeBron? The way they're constructed, I think they definitely should. You know, you have Carmelo Anthony, you have Malik Monk, Kendrick Nunn, just to name a few, Rajon Rondo, Dwight Howard, Anthony Davis, and the biggest star of them all, Pride, you and I love this kid, Talen Horton-Tucker. You might say LeBron James not physically being on the court definitely does change that offense. But Talen statistically is holding it down from a point scored perspective. He's holding it down. This kid has been a dog. This kid has been great. And if he got legitimate minutes, I think he's better than Kuzma or any of those guys. I truly do, from an offensive perspective. I think Brandon Ingram definitely gives him a run for his money. But out of the young guys that they have brought in the last few years, I think it's Taylor and Brandon are the best guys offensively. I think this team needs to be a lot better than what they are because, Freddie, whether you like it or not, here's my thing. This is a playoff team without LeBron James. But with LeBron James, it's a championship team. You can't tell me this team is losing to OKC twice. You can't tell me that Russ can't beat OKC one time. You can't tell me that you can't beat the Bulls, who are a small team to begin with. I understand, Freddie, things happen and Bron's not there, but listen to what I'm saying. Tell me yes or no, and this is where I'm going to let Freddie speak. We got to let Fredward talk. Freddie, when you have Dwight Howard, and you have Anthony Davis, Russ, Talen, all these big guys, right? Now answer me this. This is the only question. Not beating them, but shouldn't you out-rebound a Chicago Bull that doesn't have a guard? See, our tallest guy is 6'6".
This is what I like to. This is what I love. Mike coming on here, not acting like the Bulls defense didn't play a zone where the Lakers didn't figure out all night. He's not. That's one thing. He's not sitting up here acting like they didn't do. I mean, Mike, I hear you dribbling and all this stuff, but I'm just gonna wait my turn until I can answer the topic.
Right.
So
but
that's
the thing. But if you want me, Pride, if he wants me to tell you the truth of it, Kobe White and Alex Caruso had a total of 0 points. Our bench did not do anything against that Lakers squad. That starting 5 did. Be correct about that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Your team, bench-wise and starting five, are solid, are talented. So I'm looking at it from that perspective, Freddie, and I want to ask you, Pride wants to know the same thing. Not saying that LeBron doesn't make them, without LeBron, they're a championship team. No one's saying that. But is this team a playoff team without LeBron James, and why?
That wasn't the topic we're going to talk about, but I mean,
No, it is.
Well, we're getting into that though. We're definitely getting into it. No one's blaming.
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm just stating facts. I do not know, because Russell Westbrook has not shown to be the same Russell Westbrook, even when he carried those trash teams.
Right,
he have not. I mean, Mike, I understand. I hear what you're saying about to beat a Bulls team without Vucevic, but you still had Lonzo Ball. You still had DeMar DeRozan. You still had Zach LaVine.
What happened to OKC twice?
So I don't want to hear that, because I don't want to hear that, because you want to make it seem like your Bulls did something very impressive. They beat a Laker team who was struggling. Okay, who's been struggling all year long.
But what I'm saying is we're struggling too.
Yeah,
no, I'm not gonna say the Bulls. The Bulls are one of the best teams in the East, so they're not struggling.
Oh no, we're struggling. We just don't show it, baby. We still win games.
But this team you can't expect this team to win without Bron. You can't. I mean, we've seen throughout LeBron James' career on every team he played on. You take him away, that's either a 500 team or under 500 team.
Right. That's total garbage without Bron.
So let's just be honest. Who's our best player on this team? It's Anthony Davis. But who is the foundation of this team?
Right.
Who is the backbone of this team? It's LeBron James.
And we can use that as an excuse, though, because I understand.
We can. Because you know what? It's time to trade Russell Westbrook. And I've been patient. I've been saying give him time. But the other night, Russell Westbrook looked like another version of DeAndre Jordan. Just a body on the court. That's useless. He keeps turning the ball over. He can't shoot effectively. I mean, he is forcing us to start AD at the 5. There's a reason why AD's at the 5. The Lakers at their best is when they have AD and Dwight or DAJ in the middle defensively. But we had to put AD at the 5 to space the flooring because Westbrook can't drive the floor without with the spacing the way it is. So that lacks on our defense. And Mike, I think Kendrick Nunn have not played yet. And if this team, if we depended on a young THT to lead us to wins, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. We are deeply in trouble.
Right. Because I don't think you should depend on him to lead you, but I do think it's fair to expect him to give you guys something. We need to expect, and this is why I blame on Frank Vogel. I expect Anthony Davis to dominate. And I'm looking at the other night against the Spurs where he's just dominating the first half. Just killing it. And then the second half, I'm like, yo, AD, where are you at? And I blame that a lot on coaches. I'm not comparing him to because you know what Greg Popovich would do? So, hey, man, get your big behind in that post. You know what Phil Jackson would have done? Get in the post. Great coaches would demand that of their players. And Frank Vogel is a lame duck coach. Right, but here's the thing. And Mike, maybe I'm looking at it different. I said this yesterday because Freddie, you brought up that point. You're comparing Frank Vogel, who's a solid coach.
He's not solid. Right. No, he's not solid. He's a lame duck coach. He's
all right.
He's a lame duck coach.
That's and you're comparing him to all-time great coaches.
I'd rather Luke Walton.
And 2, no matter who you put on this team as a coach, they're quote-unquote a lame duck coach. Unless there's a very high-profiled coach like Fitz. I love Fitz. If they promote him, lame duck coach. Right. Tyronn Lue in Cleveland, he was a lame duck coach. What makes you think in LA, all of a sudden he gonna be pointing it and stuff like that?
But the thing is, Ty Lue will go to AD and say, "Hey, I need you to get in the post. This offense should go through Anthony Davis. That should be the first play they go to. Hey, you go to him."
Hold on, but you said the thing is, because you said you're mad that they stopped using the post, and here's the thing. We saw y'all were going to the post. We was getting cooked, so we doubled and forced the ball.
It don't matter though. Anthony Davis, that's just that good. You need to when he get in the post, you need to force him in the post, make that defense collapse, then let him kick it out to shooters, and that's not what they're doing.
That's what he did.
Not the second half. No, they didn't. They went over They went away from it,
He was
Pride.
doubling him. He was kicking it out. And
Pride,
then
go watch the game. They went away from it. They did it like 2 or 3 times. Other than that, they here go Westbrook drive, Westbrook drive, Westbrook drive. They go away from it. They do it too much. They what works in the first half, they don't go back to it the second.
Freddie, can I ask you something though? And it's my honest take about AD. You know, AD's from Chicago. I got mad love for him. All that whoopie whoop. He's a champion. Can't take that away from him. But hasn't that not been his entire career? As just kind of been, if you were to put AD's stats, all of his highlights, he looks like one of the best to do it. He looks solid. He looks like a monster. Even in New Orleans, he was that guy. But Anthony Davis is throughout his entire career, whether it be health and injury, whether it be just him being nicked up, or whether him just not being consistent enough, I truly do feel like he's just not that guy every single night. Like you always mention Kobe Bryant, who's putting on a show every single night. Anthony Davis, to me, is somewhat lazy in that perspective.
What it is, like I said the other night, the difference between him and
it's a little hot, Pride. I know, but I
won't call it lazy. I won't call it lazy, but
Freddie said this yesterday. Go ahead, Freddie. I'm gonna let you say it.
But like I said last night, the difference between him and Giannis, because I believe AD is more skilled. This is his mindset. Giannis' mindset is to drive every time. His confidence is sky high. He's not afraid. Anthony Davis, his mindset not there. And that's why I say if you're a coach and you know your player's mindset not like that, you have to find ways to challenge him. You have to find ways to get him motivated. And then Frank Vogel, for some reason, he's not that type of coach.
But the thing is, where Anthony Davis is in his career, there's really
it don't matter. It don't matter. We seen Greg Popovich sit Tim Duncan on the bench.
And you see that's where you're messing up, Freddie.
No, it's not. It don't matter who you are.
Popovich, who's one of the best coaches in this league. He's I was a top 3 coach in this league.
But that don't matter. That don't matter. That don't matter, Pride.
Right.
You know why it don't matter?
Pride's trying to make is, Freddie, you can have whatever coach you want. It comes down to AD being a grown-ass man. You're not a rookie. Right. This isn't year 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
Exactly.
But Mike, what I'm saying is, if you know he's not there mentally, if he don't have this right here, he don't have this, you have to find a way to challenge him to get the best out of him.
Then answer me this. How are you supposed to be the face of the Lakers, who you say we don't accept scrubs, we expect hard workers, if you don't have that mentality already?
He's not the face of the Lakers. I mean, he's one of our best players, but he's not the face.
He was going to be. Like when they got him.
Like when you brought in AD, LeBron.
Well, I mean, he's learning right now. He's learning right now. Eventually he'll get there.
Right, but Anthony Davis is the future of your franchise, yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then how can you tell me sitting here right now that everyone still has to hold his hand?
But the thing is, Mike, don't let Kobe and the Lakers fool you, because everybody haven't had that Mamba mentality. I'm
not asking him to have Mamba mentality. I'm asking for a good work ethic.
I'm not going to say his work ethic. His work ethic is there.
Again, the only issue with I've said this jokingly before. This is the first time I'm going to say it in front of you guys. I might get slaughtered. I call him Diet Ben Simmons. That's what I call him, right? Because there's times where he kind of plays like Ben Simmons in the way where I'm not really going to take over. I'm whatever the defense gives me. That's what I'm gonna take. And then there's days where AD comes out and he's on one.
He's a monster.
You know what I mean?
But I will say this: I think a lot has to do with Russell Westbrook, because because I'm gonna say this. Last year, I don't really count last year. He came in the season banged up. He was hurt, and the whole team just went. But when we went to win the championship, we saw dominant AD with him and Bron. Russ, I mean, you guys, it's so bad, man. I watched Russ throw alley-oops to this guy, hit AD in the head. I mean, it's really bad.
Roll him to the point that the ball was over the backboard.
Yeah.
And he's talking about, and then
I will say, Freddie,
go up for it. Like
a lot of people do forget. And not saying that you're one of them, but we forget about the moments in 2019, 2020, prior to COVID. During that playoff stretch when y'all won a championship, AD was a force. AD was the man out there every single night, lights out. Yep. But during the regular season, there were moments where, but
most of the time he had good moments, though.
Right. Everybody does have those moments. But what I'm saying is, it's been reoccurring his entire career at more of a consistent basis now. It's more of AD not having a bad night, more of questioning why is AD doing this the way he is. Now, when Bron's not there, I expect you, like you said, he's not the face of the Lakers right now. But when he's not there, it's not Russ. Right now, the face of the Lakers offense has been Carmelo Anthony, and I think that's a knock on Russ and AD.
And
Like,
AD,
that's
yeah.
horrible.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that because AD. But no, I'm not gonna say that because AD is averaging 28 and 12. I'm not gonna do that, bro.
No.
Not gonna do that.
No. And Mike, if I'm understanding your point correctly,
right?
I think when AD is on the floor, you should be running the offense around him no matter what.
And that's what I'm saying.
And I think Mike's point is there are times where AD's on the floor and they leave him out of play.
Right, he's just vibing, bro. He's not even.
And who fault is that? That's Frank Vogel's.
Right.
That's Vogel.
It is. Hold on.
But there's been times where we've seen that in New Orleans as well, and that's what I'm saying.
Exactly, because this is what I'm saying. We've seen him do it in New Orleans as well, which is why I'm saying Anthony Davis is a grown man. If you listen, hold on, Freddie. This is the part we need to understand. When Joel Embiid don't matter what play they call, when he wants the ball, he gets on the block and demands it. Karl Anthony Towns, when he wants the ball, he gets on the block and demands it. That's what he's done. Bam Adebayo, who's an undersized center, if we're gonna be honest, he gets his butt on the block and demands the ball. Anthony Davis, like Mike said, is a top 3 center. Some of the responsibility needs to fall on him because even if, let's say, Frank Vogel's making the call, there are times where Anthony Davis is to be like, nope, this is what we're doing. I'm in the block. Braun or Russ or Melo, THT, Malik Monk, I don't care who got the ball. Give me the ball. Let me work. And, like, that's something, and I understand what you're saying, Freddie. Frank Vogel deserves some blame, yes. But we also can't let Anthony Davis skate off easy because he's a premier player, a player who, when he says, give me the rock, you're going to give him the rock. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just how I look at it.
Yeah, Pride, I understand that, and I agree with you. And, yes, he got to have some blame on part of that, but until I see, Frank Vogel, you listen to him, he don't even talk about it. Until I hear him say, we need to get AD in the post more. I'm not talking about the elbow. I'm not talking about the mid-range. I'm not talking about at the top of the key. I'm talking about in the post. Because, that was the Lakers' big deal, man, when they had Shaq. They had Kareem. Get our big men in the post. Get them going. Get them. Because, one thing I know, if your big men start feeding on offense, what do? They start playing great defense.
Right.
And even though AD does that play good defense every night, but still it motivates him. And I just don't think Frank Vogel, I would be surprised if Frank Vogel finished the season as the head coach. Because we heard rumors about him, about Jason Kidd being the replacement head coach when we won the championship. I'm talking about when we won the championship when he first got hired. Remember the rumors saying that AJ Kidd could be the replacement. Right. Now you got Davis Fisdale sitting next to you as assistant coach. I wouldn't be surprised to change there. I'm not saying right now, but by after Christmas, because one thing is Frank Vogel, I'm questioning. I'm like, understand that you don't have the same personnel. But there's no way this Laker team should be this bad defensively, and you're a defensive-minded coach. There's no way this should be like that.
Right.
That tells me these guys are not bought in. They don't believe in you, and they don't believe in your system.
No,
I don't even think it's just that, though.
A lot of your best defenders are injured.
Right.
Who?
Like Trevor Ariza?
Kendrick Nunn's pretty solid.
Kendrick
Nunn's pretty solid.
Kendrick Nunn is kind of, even though Freddie did say this, when Kendrick Nunn comes back, I don't even know if
I don't know what
going to get minutes.
It was a good signing for Freddie and the Lakers.
Yeah,
weird signing for Kendrick Nunn. Weird signing.
I don't know where he's going to play at because
you said that yesterday, Freddie, and I'm there with you.
We got to get Austin Reeves back. When he get back, where we going to put him at?
Being completely honest, I wanted Kendrick Nunn on Boston. I didn't want Dennis Schroeder. I thought Kendrick Nunn would flourish with Boston. I thought they'd be solid. Dennis is out here just vibing. But whatever.
Yeah, hey, look, bro. At the end of the day, it's a cheap contract, so I'm not. We gotta swallow what happened with Dennis Schroeder. It is what it is. It's a cheap contract, so I don't.
It's more on him than it is on y'all. That's perfectly fine.
Right? Yeah. So whatever. But I'm like, my whole thing is when it comes to the Lakers, because I don't think they're gonna fire Frank Vogel this year. No. I think after this,
they didn't extend their contract for a reason.
That's what I'm saying. After this season, they're gonna be like, yeah, it is what it is. They'll probably go and talk to Fitz and be like, yo, how do you feel like being the coach? And if he says yeah, I think they'll be like, yo.
But you know what? The Lakers are making a lot of questionable decisions. And I'm talking about Will from Genie. And I'm like, this Genie, why the heck have Kobe Bryant's statue not been in place? I mean, how long does it take for this man to get a statue? I mean,
it do take a hot minute to create.
It take a hot minute, bro. It low key
Yeah.
takes a
It ain't
hot
like
minute.
a presser where you just press some shit. Like, you understand though, that shit's Kobe Bryant. When that shit comes out, it needs to be perfect.
and did you guys read with this new stadium name that they have a street?
Crypto.com
Yeah,
arena?
they have a
Yeah,
street.
they're
No, but the thing is,
renovating the entire arena too.
but the thing is though, they have a street name close to the arena named Kobe Bryant Street.
Yeah.
Yes.
They don't really even know they don't even know if they're gonna still be able to have that name of that street there. And if they change it, that's gonna be some BS stuff
Now,
right there,
Freddie,
bro.
I have one of the most important questions I've ever asked on this network ever, probably in my entire life. What the hell is that shirt, my boy?
That's a polo shirt, Ralph Lauren.
You like a Rams fan today.
Hey, I can't say what I want to say on there, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, look, all I'm saying is, like this whole thing with the Lakers. Look, it's gonna be a slow start. The Lakers are not gonna win it this year. That's just unless
I
they
think
move
that's yet
Russ.
to be seen. I think that is definitely yet to be seen. I think
No, I don't think they can win
we've
it
seen
with Russ.
crazier things happen.
Pride, don't be like Stephen A. Smith. Please don't be.
No, hold on, no.
Please don't. Please
He
don't.
said Braun is never winning a chip again. I don't believe that at all. I'm not. I think this year, yeah, they're not winning. But again, this team, if you just let Russ go, and this team is still in contention. So
Hey, Bron to Philly, my boy.
He don't want to go to Philadelphia. Their fans are toxic.
Philly.
Their fans are toxic.
Oh yeah, and Cleveland wasn't.
I mean,
no, not their fans.
Hold on now. He on to something. Hey, yo, look, they burned homeboy jersey and he came back. I don't think there's a single fan base LeBron James cannot handle. I think he can handle any fan base.
Hey, Freddie, come to Chi-Town, my boy. We need us a little forward out here. I think it'd be real nice. Of
course. But speaking about your Chi-Town,
we gonna send old Russ down there to Chi-Town.
Nah, we good.
No, y'all need him. Y'all can use him.
Yeah, y'all could use him. Y'all could use him. Yo, Freddie, he's more explosive than Zach LaVine. Y'all don't need him, so
no, Zach can't average no triple double.
Hey, we're good.
No,
Zach
y'all ain't good. Y'all need Russ. Hey, you know
what? Good.
We're not gonna get asked for much. We'll go on ahead and just get Zach LaVine. We'll give us
old.
The
Lakers, I'm gonna tell you this right now. The Lakers, they not gonna ask for much. They gonna ask for Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, get
Caruso.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's look here. I'm telling you right now, bro. Alex Caruso, low key, is becoming my goal. I ain't even gonna hold y'all, bro. Like low key, like I was loving Alex Caruso. Oh, God damn, bro, Alex Caruso.
Hey, Iverson, your son's played. I mean, you're doing a good job. Your teams are good. You beat a Mavericks team without Luka last night. Chill.
They're on what? 11 straight? I mean, 11 straight? I mean, look, you play who you play. I ain't even gonna hold that. But speaking about your
Hey, Coach, how Portland doing?
Yo, I done goofed my start.
They beat the Bulls. They beat the Bulls.
On their West Coast trip without Vucevic have been something. They've been dare I say great. Now, obviously, they're still going to need him. You know what I mean? Let's not act like, because a lot of people are saying, oh, my God, they're not going to need him, which I think y'all smoking. But here's the question I'm posing. When Vucevic comes back, do you think they're going to kind of give him, kind of start running plays through him? Because I'll be honest with you, I think eventually in order for them to go through the playoffs, they're going to have to have Vucevic in essence expose a lot of the big men, especially if you're gonna go meet Brooklyn. The interior, that's kind of weak. If you end up playing Milwaukee, if you can get a switch and have Antetokounmpo on him, that'll help exert energy. So do you think at this point when he comes back that they're gonna start running plays for him, or you think he's just gonna kind of keep doing what he's doing and just kind of be like a cleanup guy?
Right. So first, I think what an amazing West Coast trip, because not only did we win against Paul George and the Clippers. We beat the Lakers. We lost to the Warriors, which is perfectly fine.
Your championship.
Right. I mean, yours too, because you're not doing shit. But it's
No, we got 17. How many you got?
we got 6. We're chilling. But
Sad.
we're looking at it from that perspective, and we definitely see that without Vooch, those were hard games, even with Bron out. Like AD and Dwight are a force to be reckoned with. Our tallest player is 6'7".
Dwight, really? Like Dwight was back in Orlando. Stop saying Dwight.
No, but he in terms of rebounding, he did his thing because again
we were a small team.
To Mike's point, they were like I was about to say Brooklyn, but Bulls were running small ball,
and guess what? They were clamping up big men, and that's just really how I look at it. You beat a Denver team. I'm not gonna lie and act like that was really Denver, because Michael Porter Jr. was out. Jamal Murray's obviously not playing. Joker didn't even play. It was really Aaron Gordon versus the Chicago Bulls, and he got clamped last night. And I look at that and I say, if Joker plays, I don't think we win that game. I'll take the dub. It really is cool. 2 3-peats, but it is what it is. Whatever. And the GOAT. But we talk about it all the time though. In Chicago, especially, this West Coast trip definitely did test how willing this Bulls team is to win and what Billy Donovan's willing to do to win. He completely changed up the lineup. Kobe White has had 2 points in a span of 4 games coming back for the Bulls. He has not been the guy we all know he is. He will. I think, honestly, to me personally, I think you put him in the G League for just a few games, get him a little bit more comfortable, get his confidence back up. He had that shoulder surgery, first time coming back. Caruso has been amazing. Freddie, you're literally here, bro. Why are you commenting? But I think when Vucevic comes back, it's weird because Vooch is oddly enough, as much as I know we need him all year long, I've said he's the weak link of this starting 5. Prior to Pat going down, of course. But it's because I look at it like this. What I needed to see from Vooch is you getting the shots that you're given. Now, when it was just Zach and Vooch, I understood he's going to get a lot of shots. He's going to miss a few. But now when you have, we've seen what he did in Orlando as well, Pride. Freddie, as well. Mm-hmm. Orlando is a shit show. So he got those shots. He got those opportunities. Now I need you to hit every single shot you make. And I know that sounds horrible and it's easier said than done, but you're not going to get the opportunities that you did last season that you got. Yes, sir, Damian, talk to him. But it's definitely. Oh wait, I didn't read that second part. Relax. But
he said the Bulls getting that 7th as close to LeBron getting a 6th.
I mean, it is, but it's not. It's LeBron at the end of the day. But it's definitely something. I think you're right. Vucevic does have to be more effective offensively. But I also think the play style that we're playing in, everybody's getting an opportunity. Where I would like to see Vooch get better is defensively. I need you to get on Embiid. I need you to get on. Embiid beat us twice in a row and by himself. It was Seth Curry and fucking – sorry, Freddie. But it was Seth Curry and Joel Embiid. And that shit irritated me. I was blue. Bro, you can beat Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard, but you can't beat Joel Embiid by himself. That pissed me off. It made me blue. But I was really happy with this West Coast trip.
You beat a team without LeBron James.
No. Okay, hold on. No.
Mike loves to bring that up, but he don't. He loves to bring that up.
Let me stop that right quick. I don't like it when people say, "Oh yeah, they beat so and so because one person was injured," or you can't minimize it because at the end of the day,
take Tom Brady up the ball. They matter.
So even if LeBron James was out, at the end of the day, y'all still had Anthony Davis.
That Bulls team better.
And Russ.
And I want to say Russ and Carmelo Anthony.
And
Taylor Morton.
They had DeMar DeRozan, they had Zach LaVine, Alex Caruso, Lonzo Ball.
You're upset with me because you didn't re-sign and keep your own players.
No, I'm upset with you because you're not being fair. You're talking about a team that's way better on the basketball court than my team because I had guys missing and you bragging. I understand. I mean, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since you won a championship. And you fans are feeling yourself. Y'all feeling yourself.
But I had guys missing.
Who? Only who? You didn't have none of your reporting
You want
guys
me to do it?
missing.
You want me to do it?
You didn't have none of your reporting guys
Hold on.
missing.
Hold
You
on.
didn't have
Hold on.
Zach
If you let me
Levine
talk, I
missing.
can tell
You didn't have
If
DeMar
you let me talk, I
DeRozan
can
missing.
tell you.
Lonzo Ball.
If you let me talk, I can tell you.
Go ahead.
You gonna tell me the same thing?
Our best defender on this team and a top 4 pick in the
Nah.
NBA draft, Patrick Williams, gone. Our
He
all-star
better than Zach Levine?
Our all-star center is gone. Now
He
you
better
look
than
at
DeRozan?
Kobe White, first game back in over a year. You could say all you want. Guess what? Is Russ better?
Is he better than Lonzo?
Is Russ better than all these other cats?
No.
Not right now.
No.
So then what are we talking about?
So you beat a team that you were supposed to beat.
All I'm saying, no.
But you weren't you supposed to out rebound us?
No.
All I'm saying,
How?
Because you was under the zone you was in the zone.
So why aren't you in that zone?
I'm always in that zone. I just got out that zone.
Because you got buckets by OKC and the Bulls.
No.
Twice.
No.
Yes.
No.
How?
We'll see in December 19th. That's when the real
Jay
real
Alexander gave you buckets twice.
Okay, that's fine.
What's the
Where are they gonna get them?
But what's the excuse there?
Hold on, Mike, because Freddie always loved putting context, right?
Right.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with a new, unimproved, hideous shot to the point where, like, his jump shot looks like Markelle Fultz shooting a free throw when he was in Philly.
And
So,
Freddie, I want to ask you
context,
something. I want
right?
to ask you something. So Taylor Horton-Tucker replaced LeBron James in this game, correct? He was their starter at LeBron's position. He dropped 28.
Okay.
How much more did you think LeBron was going to average in that game?
He would average 26, gave me 7-8 rebounds, 9 assists.
So how's it different?
Because leadership. LeBron knows how to get teammates involved.
All up regardless.
Because he would have been more physical. He would have tagged you down the paint. He would have made
the same amount of points that Taylor did, right?
The points don't matter, Mike.
Does.
Well, his impact on his teammates, he does something different. It doesn't.
But when he played with Russ only averaged 8 points. So how does that help?
Because Russ is nothing but a DeAndre Jordan. Just another body.
So then what are we talking about?
Because we're talking about your Bulls team should have beat that Lakers team easily.
Exactly. So you're mad at me because my team's betterly constructed, and we're a new team.
I'm not mad because if I was mad, you would see a little vein in my head.
You sound pressed, my guy.
I'm not pressed at all. And two, I'm just saying you can't sit up. Well, I'm just saying you can't sit up here and brag about your team winning because my team is hurt. My team's not healthy.
I didn't.
So you're the better team that night.
But I didn't pride. Did I brag about it?
Yes, you did. Yes, he did. Oh, yes, he did.
I was very humble about it.
He talked about it multiple days in the group chat. Still talking about it right now.
I mean, it's the topic at hand. It's not.
No, it was not. No, it was not the topic at hand. It didn't say nothing about no Chicago Bulls and the Lakers. No, it did not.
Ask me about the West Coast trip.
No, you mentioned it when we talk about the Lakers.
I said we beat Paul George and the Clippers.
Yes.
No, that's not how that happened. Replay the show. You're bugging right now, bro. No. You started the show. You started the show talking about it.
No, time out.
Yes.
No.
Yes, you did, Mike.
I didn't say nothing about the Bulls.
You did say something about the Bulls.
No, I talked about LeBron James.
No, you talked about the Bulls. Go watch the show.
Let me say one thing real quick. And then
Pride, you can't say proud nothing. You said it.
Hold on. I'm gonna say this one thing.
You did too.
What I say?
You said that this Laker team had Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard, and you did say that.
What did I say? You still haven't said it.
I just said it.
I said LeBron James, Anthony
Davis. No, you said something about Dwight and Anthony Davis.
Freddie forgot it. That's why he doesn't want to.
No, I don't forget nothing, bro. I know exactly what he said. You forgot.
I know what he's talking about.
No, you don't know what I'm talking about.
About the Lakers, you said one of your points was, regardless if they won or lost, should the Lakers have been out rebounded?
Exactly.
So that's my point.
So you the one going to keep talking about the Lakers. I think you're a Laker fan.
The first topic was a Lakers topic, and we were asking, like, for Freddie.
But why you bring up the Chicago Bulls?
Because they played them 2 days ago.
No, it was not 2 days ago. Like 2 weeks ago, Mike.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It was last week.
Okay, a week ago. Not 2 days ago.
It's relevant because the topic was how have they been playing without.
No, it's irrelevant.
Look how they've been playing.
That's irrelevant.
No, it's what the
I just want to say one thing real quick.
You didn't bring up anything about us losing to Golden State. You didn't bring up something about us losing to Phoenix. You just wanted to go about your little Bulls.
No, he was going by order, and he did.
No, he did not go by order, Mike. Pride. We played Golden State first. We played Phoenix second.
He said it though.
No, he did not.
I heard him say
you mishearing stuff. You are mishearing stuff, Pride, because he did not say that.
Did I not talk about OKC?
You yes, but you should have said they lost to Golden State, they lost to Phoenix, they lost to. You didn't do that. You dropped straight to your because right now, D-Grant, you feel good if that's all you care about, Mike, because you beat the Lakers. That's all you care about.
But can I ask? I really y'all don't live in my head at all.
We do live in your head.
How I beat you, but anyways, my point is, I think you want me to say this right now. You want me to give the excuses. You want me to say, oh, and tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. I'll go and you let me know. You want me to say you lost to the Phoenix Suns. You want me to say you lost to the Warriors. You
should say Golden State first. We lost to them first.
And Golden State. But you don't want me to say when you get your ass clapped by Shea Alexander or a small Bulls team. You don't want to hear the bad losses. You want to hear the acceptable losses.
No, you're wrong, probably, Mike. Okay, no, Mike, you're wrong.
Teams, so it's perfectly fine.
Mike, you're absolutely wrong.
Ugly losses.
Mike, you're absolutely wrong. 100% wrong.
Wow.
Because what I'm saying is, the first thing you want to talk about came out your mouth was about the Bulls, because you want to come up and blast us about because that's your team, that's your
championship. Didn't talk about the Bulls.
You did talk about the Bulls. Yes, you did, Mike. Go rewatch the show. I promise you did.
But I did.
Hold on.
But you did. You did, Mike. You talked about the Bulls.
I didn't.
And that's your championship because you beat my Lakers.
But I didn't.
Like Christmas because he beat my Lakers.
You're real team right now, bro.
Yes, I said pride because you beat my.
The reason, hold on now.
You going to pride because you're going with me, right?
No, Mike, because you like the boast, and that's all you do.
The reason I was ecstatic about the win was to spite you.
Exactly, because that's what you. Because the Boston have not been relevant in 10 years.
No. Because you ain't gonna sit here and attempt to slander. You're not gonna try to slander my good name.
In 10 years.
Yesterday during the post-game show, did I at one point say the Celtics are phenomenal? Did at one point did I say that we were gonna win the chip?
You don't have to say it. You felt like it.
So no, I didn't feel like it.
You did feel like it. Mike, you should have started Duke. You should have started Duke. He come in the show. He came in there with his little Boston Celtics thing in the back.
Yeah, hold on, no, 100%.
Yeah,
Freddie, you the same dude. Hold on, you the same dude that after every Lakers win, you got the hat, you got the jersey, and I'm pretty sure you got the shorts too. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
My thing is, Mike. You talking about the Lakers without LeBron? Oh, he lost to my Bulls because we even getting out rebounded by Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard. He's loving that. That's another version of him boasting because that's the sorry Chicago Bulls. That's all they can do.
Why are we sorry?
Why are we sorry?
Why are we sorry? Sorry,
because you haven't done nothing since Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Hold on, Mike, I want to say one thing.
Yes, that do matter.
Mike.
Because you're supposed to be that great franchise, but haven't done nothing.
I just got one question. It's a question that's not basketball related.
No, hold on. I just want to say one thing real quick, Mike. Then I promise you. Literally, about 5 minutes ago,
you can't tell time.
Freddie said that the Bulls beat the Lakers because the Bulls were a better team.
That night.
Now,
you said
Pride. See, that's where you're wrong. Pride, no, you're wrong. You know you're wrong, Pride. My mama always told me you gonna say something after me, you come correct. I did not say that, Pride. I did not say that. What I said was, Pride, I'm gonna correctly say what I said. I said the Chicago Bulls was better than us that night.
No, you
That's
didn't.
what I said.
No, you didn't. You said it's
I
a better
did too.
Hey, hold on, tell me now. This is how we'll do it. Yo, chat. Let us know what Fred Ward said, right?
I don't care what the chat say. You think I care? I ain't losing to sleep over the chat.
Hold on, Mike. You said you had a question, right? Please.
Yeah.
I'm
so you talking about the Bulls ain't done nothing. That's fair. I mean, again, Derrick Rose, everything that happened with that.
Didn't do nothing.
It's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate.
No, got hurt. Didn't do nothing.
LeBron James and the big three in Miami definitely did have a part of that. Boston had a big part in that.
But y'all still didn't do nothing.
But that's what I'm saying. But you're not letting me speak. It's definitely understandable. It's the same concept of, okay, you have great things going on in your life, but unfortunately, maybe you're homeless for a while. But I have a question, Freddie. If I was homeless for 30 years of my life and then I win the lottery and now I got a mansion.
That's irrelevant. That question is very irrelevant.
And now I got a mansion. Are you going to tell me I'm still a bum?
Exactly.
And yeah, okay.
I said that and I said it. And you said I didn't say it.
No.
But you said the Bulls are a better team right now.
Right now, and then you just said that they were trash.
You didn't say that night. You said right now the Chicago Bulls are a better team.
Which is what me and Mike are saying. You didn't say that night.
Y'all sound so delusional. Y'all sound so delusional. You can twist my words all you want to. Y'all know what I mean.
We're moving on to the next topic, bro.
Because y'all both know. Mike just know he came on here. He wanted to glow. You want to glow about your
size. I didn't want to glow. But I
you do want to glow. Mike, you've glowed it every day since then.
Bro, but I really don't care. But I really don't care. But you know what's funny?
I do care.
Hey, you know what's funny, Pride? I say it as a joke, and I live in this man's head all day, Randy.
You don't live in my head. Trust me. You know what live in my head, Mike? You don't live in my head. You don't live in my head. What I just got done doing.
A lot of messed up.
That what it goes in my head.
A lot of messed up stuff be up in your head.
Look, this is all I'm saying.
And Elena said she wanted to come on at this time. She ain't came on the show yet. I think she running because she knew I was coming on the show.
No, she probably just wanted to avoid some health problems for you.
Because she want to run like all y'all do.
You raise my blood pressure.
I'm saying, bro, he 100%.
That's what I want to do every show.
That's weird.
Look, we're gonna move on. I did not realize the Bulls topic. Like, you had more hype and more rah-rah for the Bulls topic than you had the Lakers topic.
Bro, I wasn't even hyping him like that. You didn't even let me.
No, I'm just sick of Mike thinking his team is so much better than my team.
But you didn't even let me.
He beat the Lakers team when we was hurt.
But you didn't even I didn't even get to finish what I was saying, and I guess I have to wrap it up.
America know what the heck you saying because you coming out with that blasphemy.
Can I talk?
Hey, yo, Mike, hold on, Mike.
Can I talk though?
Can you?
The Bulls are your team, right, Mike?
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
What my conclusion was in this West Coast trip, I didn't expect to beat all the teams that we beat. I didn't expect to beat, the Clippers the way we did. I didn't expect.
How come not?
Lakers. I didn't expect to beat the Nuggets the way we did.
How come not?
It was fine when I lost to the Warriors. I expected to lose to the Warriors in the fashion that they did. Steph Curry.
It was a bad loss.
Right now, it was a very bad loss, but I expected it because Curry's been doing what he's been doing. He just knocked out the Nets.
I'm not going to call that a bad
without
loss.
Kyrie. That was a bad loss.
When we lost to the Portland Trailblazers and we had over a 30-point lead at half,
That was bad.
I did
not. Two losses, bad losses.
That was bad.
I guess.
That's two bad losses.
I find it interesting, though, that you wanted me to talk about how the Lakers lost to the Warriors because that's a reasonable excuse. But when I lose to the Warriors, it's different.
It was two bad losses. We wasn't helping when we lost to the Warriors.
What I'm saying is, I did expect Pride to beat that Damian Lillard team. And
you should expect to beat that Warriors team, too.
How?
But look,
how many All-Stars the Golden State have playing right now? I'll wait.
No, wait a minute. Hold on.
Wait a minute.
Wait. All-Stars are playing for the Washington Wizards.
Mike, hold on, Mike. This is the same.
No, why are they first in the fucking East?
Well, why can't Chicago be the one superstar team when you have DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Lonzo Ball?
The greatest.
Why can't you handle your business?
The greatest shooter of all time.
So you let one man beat you. Okay, carry the hell on.
And guess what? That one man messed your boy up his whole career.
No. You one man beat your team.
Don't do that.
One man beat.
I was with you. Don't do that.
How he messed up his whole career when King James beat him when it was equal? Huh? How was that? Now that same man you said beat him had to go get Kevin Durant to handle his business.
Why are you yelling at me?
It should be the other way.
Kendrick Perkins, why are you yelling at me? Why are you yelling at me?
I carry the hell on. And Big Unc.
So how many rings Bron got if Steph Curry was never born? Carry on, Pride.
Oh, how many rings would it be if Curry couldn't have to recruit Kevin Durant because he couldn't beat him? Carry the hell on.
Well, he beat him before.
Hold on, Mike. I will say.
Now, who beat him last before he got Kevin Durant? Carry the hell on.
Don't matter though.
It do matter. It do matter.
It don't matter.
It do matter.
As hell. Y'all salty as hell.
I ain't mad at nothing. My team got 17 of them, and your team got lousy 6.
Your ass tight right now.
Hold on, Mike.
We on off.
To your point, Mike. I'm gonna say one thing.
Ass.
I don't like
We on our
the whole thing. I don't like playing the that what if thing because that first year, I believe LeBron James would have beaten him if Kyrie and Kevin Love don't go down.
Exactly. So Mike, you get out of here with that.
But I don't like.
No, it's not possible. It's facts.
Because now you're kind of
not a fact, actually.
That is facts.
But it didn't happen, so how's it a fact?
But yeah. So
how's it? We thought he just said if K Love and Kyrie didn't get hurt, they would have won. And I said facts. That's what it's a fact. Open your ears up. Yeah, understand you've been gone so long. You've been gone so long. Your ears are fogged up. Go get a Q-tip or something, or bobby pin or something.
Lucky.
And on top of that, I mean.
Freddie, you lucky my girl got me kind of caked up right now, G, because I'll be going off on you right now, bro, but I got to be a little quiet down here.
I just want to
say it's not because of that. It's because I'm getting on that tail.
Nah, it's because she'll beat my ass on the real.
I just want to say one thing real quick regarding.
Be respectful next time.
I mean, obviously, because I'm looking at the box score right now.
The teacher here.
Change your shirt.
He went bonkers.
You love this shirt.
Oh my goodness gracious!
You love this shirt. Well, send me your address. I'll send you the shirt.
Yeah, I bet you want to see my address, you fruity tooty ass dude. Get out of here.
Hey,
y'all weirdos.
Hey.
Y'all weirdos.
You little weirdo.
Y'all both weirdos, bro.
What were you saying, Pride? I'm sorry.
Hey, Mike Wishy want this shirt. You're sorry, self
I'm trying to talk to my co-host right now. Please,
but you know what's so bad, Mike? Can I ask you a question?
Carry the hell on.
Mike, I want to ask you a question. For real.
Please go back to the Ross you got that shirt at. Please carry the hell on.
No, I ain't getting that. I got this on Ralph Lauren, baby. You better realize that.
Please carry the hell on, bro.
Mike, I want to ask you a question.
I got 3 more topics I got to get through, my boy.
Mike, can I ask you a question?
What the hell you want, bro?
You know, Pride sitting up there very bold, happy, feeling himself, chest sticking all out, thinking his team the best organization. And they haven't done nothing in the modern day era to win how many championships compared to my team.
You're right. The last time we won was 2008. You're right. The last time
we done won how many since then? 3.
And that's fine. That's 3.
3. Oh, sorry.
Nah, dog, it was 2. I know counting is hard.
No, it's 3. No, it's been 3.
What's the 3?
We won one against Orlando, against Boston, then last year in the bubble. 3. 1, 2, 3. Count. Oh, sorry, it's melting. Yeah.
Last year was a bubble.
Not even. But here's my thing.
Oh, she not hiding. Let's see her new hairstyle that she didn't want to show me a pride last night.
I want to talk to my co-host, bro.
Sis, I'm telling you this right now, sis. You should have went back to work, sis.
I should have. I should have because I'm not appreciated on this platform.
You want to know why, sis? I'm telling you, I don't know what happened. Mike had a beautiful day. He spent some time with his little niece. It was her first.
And she's so cute. She's so cute.
I saw the photo. Very adorable.
Mike, why you didn't let me see the photo? Oh, that's how we all know. We ain't family no more.
Public.
We ain't family no more. I see how it is.
Hold on. Time out.
It's public.
I want to say one thing. Get this off my
chest. I see how it is, Mike. We ain't family no more.
It was literally public.
It wasn't public to me.
You wasn't looking.
That's because you are on 12 different LeBron James fan pages, and then it's my account that goes.
Pride, hold on. I'm gonna address you. Pride. Elena lied to us. She lied to us last night. And you know what? I feel very.
You gotta come on her show.
No, I'm not talking about that. Listen, I'm not talking about that. Mike, didn't she threaten Pride to get his wife on this show? It was last night we did a show. Like, I can't show myself. I'm getting my hair done.
Because I want to, first of all, because I want to be presentable for the ASAP family. So don't do me like that. They call me the sensei for a reason. I have a reputation to upkeep, sir.
Ready.
Thank you.
Nah, before
and Mike, I'm surprised you can see any ASAP show. How many fan pages you got of Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Justin Fields?
First of all, you leave Mike alone. You leave Mike alone.
Nah, too late, sis.
I got him in his place tonight. I got him in his place. He called you and asked you for his bodyguard. And
No,
here she
no,
comes.
y'all not gonna do that. Y'all not gonna do that.
Hey, I promise you I'll come up in them red bottoms. You ain't playing with me, big
Hey, here you go. Your bodyguard sensei here.
Yeah, absolutely. All day, every day.
Freddie. No, hold on, Pride.
Pride couldn't handle me. Pride can't handle me. When it comes to this debating,
listen. Yeah. First of all, me and my first of all,
make sure you say that. Make sure you end it with that debate.
First of all,
right now. I ain't gonna say nothing, but just know I ain't incriminating myself. But we don't need no bodyguard over here, big dog.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I can't tell because as much I beat up on you just a minute ago, here comes Sensei.
Just know.
Here comes Sensei. Here comes Sensei.
I'm here. Listen. Me and
As
Mike.
soon as I start busting that tail, Sensei came.
Me and Mike is King Von and Lil Durk. Y'all finna leave us alone. Period.
Just know.
Just know I had to come handle that business like always.
Probably what you talking about, bro. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I had to.
Meltix. That's why.
I gotta talk about the bodyguard. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Freddie was like, maybe I'll drop some smoke. Mike not only asked for the smoke,
he did.
Returned some.
He put the smoke out.
Package, and Mike sent it back plus shipping and handling.
Express delivery.
Signature, and Fred would comply. I'm just throwing that out there.
No, I didn't comply to nothing. I didn't comply to nothing. I didn't comply to nothing. I'm just smoking. Hey, to all the viewers out here, haven't I been putting Mike in his place? Let them talk.
Hold on, time out, Freddie. The only mic you ain't putting in your place is the two you got on you right now, bro. That's the only mic.
Until your team can be relevant, then talk.
Yeah, talk about teams because you can't.
Bro, your team is relevant for being trash right now. Come on.
We won 3 since the last time you've been to one. Hush.
Freddie, I want you to take that junior prom shirt off.
Stop, man.
This junior prom shirt just got me something good too.
We talking sports right now.
Yo, what's the third topic, Pride? Let's go into our next segment.
That good.
I'm sorry.
Before Pride goes though, but what we're not gonna do on Sis's show is say her name wrong. Let's say
that part.
I didn't say her name at all.
Alana.
Yes.
I call her Sensei.
You say that E with a hard E, my boy.
I called her Sensei every time since she been wanting to call Sensei. I haven't called her by her name.
Good. Well, because when you do call me by my name, you don't call me right.
You get right.
Damien, I don't know what
the hell is this team movie?
That's hilarious. I don't know what we're doing right now, dog. I thought this was sports, and I don't.
Yeah, let's talk sports, y'all. Sorry, I'm late. I had to get off work, but you know,
she had to come be Mike's bodyguard.
Man, bro, who are you talking to, bro?
Mike, don't fall for it, Mike. Don't fall for it.
He finna up it. He finna up it.
Can't do it. We're on live TV. See me backstage. When that red dot turns off, see me backstage. I'll show you a green dot.
Why can't it be yellow?
Oh my
God. It ain't yellow. It's green.
I like yellow dots.
Nah, we like green lights in Chicago, if you know what I mean. Green lights
and orange dots.
And what Sis just said is green for a reason.
Mine's yellow.
Everybody going
to see in the dark.
Down over here.
I know Pride. What's the topic, please? Yes.
I'm allowing.
Because Mike over there shaking back and forth. I'm getting nervous. I think we need to go ahead. I'm like,
test me. It's been a while since somebody tested that shit.
That's why I haven't been saying nothing.
Man.
But moving on before Freddie has an aneurysm.
Gonna incriminate myself.
To that point. LaMelo Ball, by the grace of God, beat the Golden State Warriors.
He did.
And when I say I literally mean by the grace of God, because he played like dog shit, if we're gonna play fuck. But KD and James Harden, for some unknown reason, almost seem like they should.
Hey, who the hell, Shorty? Bring him back. Oh, don't bring him back. Don't bring him back.
Yeah, this show is this show is.
I'm watching it right now. Sean Brady handle his business, so I'm
bring him back.
But anyway,
Mike, don't do this. That's my
James
cousin.
Harden and Kevin Durant could not, for some reason, handle the Golden State Warriors. $1 million question. Was the Warriors win just like, was it just great Warriors or was it just dog shit Nets?
It was great Warriors. I mean, the Warriors are on just an incredible streak right now. They have been. I mean, if you've watched them play, they are clicking on every cylinder that you could possibly click on, as far as on offense, as well as on defense. They've kind of returned to that the Warriors of old, as far as just how they're constructed and how they're playing. Because they have Steph, it's outside of missing Clay, obviously, but they have Steph. Draymond is back in his natural role. He doesn't have to like do things that are what's the word that I'm looking for? He doesn't have to do things basically that are like not what he's accustomed to doing. Like, he's not stepping out of his range anymore. He's back in more of his natural role. Where the hell did Pride go? But yeah, so he's more in his natural role, which is being kind of the facilitator, being the guy that does all the dirty work and picks up the slack. Right. Makes it easier for the scorers. Steph is playing out of his mind right now. He's playing MVP level basketball. But also we have to. I guess I'd probably say that it's a combination of both, honestly, because the Nets still have the problem of the fact that they can't stop anybody. That's always been an issue even since last year when they did have Kyrie Irving, and it seems like that issue is still.
Oh, hell no! Switch that shit.
Persisting, right? Yeah, don't do that. Yeah. Persisting as of now, just because, like I said, they still can't stop anybody. Now they're missing Kyrie Irving. They seem to be kind of depleted. James Harden hasn't really found his footing this season as of yet. I'm not sure if the offensive foul calls have a lot to do with that. I won't do that to him, but I know a lot of people have been mentioning that. But I just, for whatever reason, he just hasn't looked. He hasn't looked comfortable. I don't know if he's still trying to work himself through that injury or what the case may be. But I mean, like, I think it's a combination of both. I think it was good Warriors and just bad Nets, and it kind of just exposes what I've said previously before about the Nets, is that they're vulnerable. Like, they've been shown that they can be beat once they got beaten that playoffs last year. But teams don't really fear them the same anymore. Right. So yeah, go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I'll take it a step further. And if Freddie's mad at what you're going to say, he's going to be pissed at what I got to say. The Nets are a dog shit team outside of two guys. Number one.
Yeah,
Steve
they don't
Nash,
have a big.
Right. Steve Nash, as
can't coach.
Hall of Fame. But you are not Steve Kerr, my boy.
Not at all.
Right. The way he's playing.
Come on now.
Guys in these lineups.
Talk about shadow. That's a real life.
It just isn't good. And obviously you're going to win games because it is James Harden. It is Kevin Durant. Let's put some.
Yeah, KD gonna win you at least 5
James Harden will figure it out, but let's talk about who Kevin Durant is. It is Kevin Durant. You got to respect that at the
Absolutely.
End of the day. Joe Harris, since this big three formed, Joe Harris has not looked the same. And I said this from time and time again. You can bring in. Here's the thing.
He's not good when the pressure's on. That's the problem with Joe Harris.
And it's a Lauri Markkanen situation to where when you're the one main guy on the team, you look great. But when you have winners around you, when you have a Zach LaVine and others surrounding you, it starts to show. It's like, okay, just be a post-up guy who you can count on and knock down shots. He's just not that guy. The Warriors, amazing. And I'm not going to discredit them to why they lost to the Nets. I'm not going to be like, oh, well, they beat them because the Nets are bad. Like, no, you beat a good Bulls team. You beat a bunch of great teams. You beat the Bucks. You beat everybody. It's perfectly fine. You are 11-2 or 12-2. It's perfectly understandable. But the Nets, outside of those two, I think their biggest flaw was letting go of Spencer Dinwiddie. I think you instilled too much trust.
I told you, Rio, I called it, and I'm telling you right now, if he's not ranked number 6 tomorrow, me and Dinwiddie's gonna have a conversation.
We gotta see him. We gotta see him. We gotta go see him.
Right. I definitely do think that we talk about it. It is a name brand. The guys, these guys are bringing in Patty Mills, Paul Millsap, all these other guys. DeAndre Jordan, even Blake Griffin, they are name brands.
A bunch of random.
Back in the day, they were the shit. But right now,
you go to sleep.
Right now, they are a name brand. You bring them in because of what they've done, not because of what they do. What they're doing right now is not who they were of old. This team is old. This team is not good.
Mike, you better
experience.
Dante, go to sleep.
Nah,
It's
they
not a
are.
good team
They're
at all.
the best team
It's
in the
really
league.
No,
not.
they're
I'm
not.
not.
No, they're not.
If the Bulls had to go in a 7-game series against the Brooklyn Nets, I think the Bulls win in 5 or 6. I truly do believe that because this team is just
I wouldn't honestly, and that's not as crazy of a take as it may seem, because
Right.
the Bulls as a team are a lot more cohesive than the Brooklyn
Mhm.
Nets are. Like you said, outside of those main two guys,
Right.
who do they have to match up with because the Bulls have a bunch of guys, but they all work together. Like it all makes sense, all a puzzle. Brooklyn just has a bunch of random guys, and like you said, they've gotten contracts off of what they've done. I'm not a Chicago fan. Don't do that. But no, they've gotten, like Mike said, they got contracts off of what they.
It's all good. We're here and he's mad. We're here.
Exactly.
I'm not mad. Mike, if I was mad, you see a vein in my head. You don't see that vein, do you?
I see a couple of them actually.
You need my glasses? You need my glasses?
Yes, that part. I don't need them.
Hold on.
I don't see it.
Listen. Hold on. Bring it back. Mike, go ahead and finish up your point.
Go ahead.
That was just my main thing, though. Like the Warriors definitely.
Look at him, thinking of my team.
An amazing game. Like they played very well. And I think at the end of the day, you have to look at it from that perspective and say this team is playing amazing ball. Jordan Poole, Gary Payton II. I mean, these guys aren't scrubs. These guys are solid, and they're doing what they're doing, and they're not even a huge part of this offense. Once Clay gets back, once Wiseman gets back, we're already talking about Draymond. Andrew Wiggins has been amazing for what they're asking him to be. We really did think, in Minnesota, the Canadian guy who gets all this money just hasn't been that guy. He hasn't lived up to it, but now he's in a totally different headspace. He's in a totally different atmosphere. Curry's cooking. Curry's been an MVP. Like the Bulls lost to Curry, and I own that because Curry literally embarrassed them. Man. No question. Yeah, period. That's the facts. That man single-handedly.
It's not true what he's saying. No.
That man single-handedly dropped us. And I look at it from that perspective, and yes, they're playing well, but they don't even have guys back. They don't even have Clay back. If you think the chemistry is good now, wait till Clay's back because that's already chemistry with him and Curry. I think this team could potentially be a W for the rest of the season. I think we can talk about it. They could be the finals. They could win it all. You really don't know. And Freddie wants to laugh, but this team.
17 games, we know.
Hold on, Freddie. You're saying that, but you're the same dude who already gave up on Russ. So
17 games, we already know. That's fun. That's
I didn't say we already know that.
That's comical to me.
But I didn't say that.
Conversation though.
But I didn't say, and that's the main point though. I didn't say we already know. I said it's definitely possible.
It's not possible. Yeah.
How many rings have they won in the last 7 years?
What, 2, 3?
3. So now
Clay, they didn't dominate nothing.
They have a legitimate big in Wiseman. They never really had a
Do they?
Outside of KD.
Do they? We haven't seen Wiseman how long? Do they?
We haven't seen Bron in how long?
But we know what Bron's going to do.
Mike, he's trolling. Yes, please don't fall for it. He's trolling. He's trolling completely.
Hold on.
I'm not trolling.
Yes, you are.
Let me just say something. Let me just say this. And y'all don't think I'm trolling, but I really mean this. I think the Warriors win over the Brooklyn Nets. I don't think that had nothing to do with Golden State.
I don't think so.
It didn't.
The Brooklyn Nets,
they're bad.
I can both sides.
They're not bad.
They're not bad. No,
but they're not as good as
No.
I'm going with Brian. Me and Brian agree on this. Go, Brian.
I'm gonna listen to you. Go ahead.
They're not bad, but I'm gonna ask you a question. When your best player is shooting 6 for 19, you're not gonna win.
Oh, well, no, we disagree with what you're saying.
And then when your second best player is shooting 6 for 13, you're putting yourself in that position.
But that's kind of alluding to the point that, and not to cut you off, but it's kind of alluding to the point that me and Mike were making, is that when they're having a bad night, who do they have to step up to you know what I'm saying, to kind of at least weather the storm? They don't have anybody to at least weather the storm until, you know what I'm saying, they pick it up, or just to keep them in the game. Like once it got out of hand, it got out of hand.
I'm sorry, Sensei and Mike, they were right what they're saying, but they want to be nice about it. They missing Kyrie. That's the whole bottom truth.
I don't think it.
No, because Kyrie Irving, he offsets everything, because we seen it last year when they needed us a bucket. Who did they go to? Kyrie Irving. Those three make everything better better for everybody else on the court because you have to double team somebody. I mean, James Harden's good. Floor's going to be spaced more. Kyrie Irving's going to score on anybody. So Kyrie Irving, this is another example of him letting his team down. He let this team down, and this is why they fallen. This team will not win as long as Kyrie Irving's not on their basketball court. He has failed them. He's been selfish. And he gave up on his team.
I don't think that's all the way true.
How what, Mike?
I don't think that the Kyrie theory is. I don't think the Kyrie theory is all the way true. I don't think Kyrie
selfish because he's the reason why he got them down to Brooklyn and he's never available. That's how.
I'm gonna say this,
Alana, before you go, because I want you to get your
No, but Mike, hold on, Mike, because I can't believe I'm saying
I'm just confused, bro.
I low-key agree with Fred.
I hear
but
you.
I'm taking it from a different point of view.
Right.
Like
I want to hear Pride's before I get into
because this is my thing.
Well, he needs to retire, Coach Dante.
Like Kyrie's in the point of
Pride right now, big dog.
He's in the point of his life. He doesn't care about basketball.
I've said that.
You know what the vibe is sending off isn't really a whole I want to play basketball thing. It's more of a I want an attention thing.
I see.
Again, hold on, but this is just me. I'm saying he's being selfish, but not in the way of like the whole detrimental. I just think Kyrie Irving just wants attention. I've said this before. He's a pick me. If y'all
that's exactly who he is.
I don't.
We don't see him marching. We don't see him doing anything. But doing Instagram live. Yeah, that's exactly
true. That's not
true.
That's not true.
You can't be a martyr.
Oh, don't do that.
That's exactly who he is, Mike.
That's not true.
You can't be a martyr and not be marching.
Exactly.
But no,
you can't.
But no,
what are we talking about?
You said what?
Mike, I got it.
What are we talking about? Listen,
exactly.
I got it.
Hold on, give me.
Hold on, Mike. If you don't know what we're talking about, then you
first of all, marching for what?
Because Kyrie Irving said that the reason that he's not playing is because this is the reason he said it's unfair. I'm a voice of the voices. It is unfair that working class people are losing their jobs because of the vaccine mandate. That's what he said.
And who's marching?
Bro, they hold on. They even did a protest for the vaccine things outside Barclays Center. Like what? Like a week after he did that Instagram thing. Where was Kyrie?
Nowhere to be found.
And that's been my point from the beginning.
Here's what I'm trying to say.
I'm a martyr. I'm a voice of the voiceless. Right. You need to put. You need to be about it, and you need to be out there talking. That's just my thing.
Right.
We haven't heard from Kyrie since.
That's all I'm saying.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Mike.
It just bothers me, bro, because you want to go out here and you want to say he don't do nothing for nobody. Kyrie does do a lot for people. He just doesn't go out there with a camera crew.
That's a big old negative.
He's bought schools. He's bought books. He's bought.
Mike, but why is basketball mean? Because you can't chew bubblegum work at the same time.
Why are you talking to me like that?
I'm not yelling at you. I'm just talking.
You yelling at me right now.
I'm not yelling at you.
That's not your normal voice.
This is my normal voice.
You don't just toned it down.
You don't know where my normal voice is.
Here's my problem with Pride, and it's Pride's point, and it's not that my problem with Pride, I should say. It's my problem with his point. Is okay. Well, you don't care about basketball. First of all, any hooper who's ever hooped doesn't lose that hooping mentality. You always want to hoop. You always want to play basketball. Right now, in Kyrie's eyes, this is bigger than basketball. This is something to him that matters. This is something that where I took the vaccine, I'm going to go get that booster, inject my shit. I don't care. I'm going to get it. I support the vaccines. But to Kyrie's point, we're putting something in our bodies right now that we don't fully understand. There's a lot of things we put in our bodies that we don't fully understand.
How long has COVID been here? We act like COVID just got on the earth.
And we're acting like the vaccine is more than a year old.
That's a whole other
thing. No, Mike. We go get every other shot, every other medicine. We don't ask what's in the ingredients of those, but we still take it.
And we should ask those.
But
I'm
what's
not saying this about vaccines, but what I'm saying is he didn't betray his team. He just has
did betray his team.
Belief. He has a belief, and unfortunately, the league won't let him play. And
no, the league won't. It's the state, not the league. Two different things.
Okay.
That's something else that people are blaming the league.
And the NBA as well, because the NBA is also saying that they're requiring for their players to be vaccinated as well. So it ain't just the state.
Hold on, Sensei. Last year, when COVID was still a thing, did they require anything? No.
Exactly. No.
Because there was no.
It's the state, not the NBA.
No. I'm just saying they didn't require you to quarantine before you went to the bubble. They didn't require that. They said we'll take care of all that in house. when the mandates first dropped, the NBA was trying to reach an agreement with the individual
the players union
to figure out, bro, is there a way where we do not have to force the players to get the vaccine? And
but then
said no. The state said no. The NBA's hands are tied.
That's true. That's true. That's a good point.
That's all I'm saying.
No, here's and that's a good point.
So then,
but here's the thing. Go ahead, Part. No, what I was gonna say is just like.
Yeah, go ahead. And I'm gonna throw back to
both of y'all. Someone figure it out.
right. I know. We just going back. We're like, go ahead.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not in the camp that believes he betrayed his team.
I believe he did.
And if you want to make that
Aaron Rodgers did the same thing.
I don't blame you for feeling that way. This is why I said.
No, I agree. They both selfish.
Way worse. No,
I didn't say that, but Aaron was bad.
And no, they both bad.
Aaron Rodgers way worse. Even worse.
Aaron Rodgers way worse than he. But I'm just saying they both selfish.
Pride, finish your point.
I just want to say this. The reason, Mike, I'm saying that he doesn't really care about basketball, right? Andrew Wiggins was in the same boat.
Nah,
he said, you know what? It is what it is. I'm gonna take it and move on with my life, right?
Right.
At least Andrew Wiggins, before he took the vaccine, was actually planning on walking and talking and actually being an advocate.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my problem with.
But did he do it?
Because he ended up taking the vaccine.
So you didn't believe what you said in the first place.
He ended up taking the vaccine. My point with Kyrie, if you feel so greatly about this, if you feel like, and again, I'm the individual point, I don't care whether or not I agree or disagree. Mm-hmm. The instant you try to portray yourself as a voice of the voiceless, and that is, hold on, because you're trying to defend him when these are words he said.
Right.
This
he said
came out of his mouth.
But can I ask you a question about something you've once said?
Go ahead.
When you said Kobe Bryant was one of the most overrated players in basketball, did I not hear you out throughout the entirety of it? Yes or no?
Yes or no?
I heard you out, and when you first
yes and no, pride is petty.
when you hear it off rip, no pride. When you hear that statement, that quote, not in context, sounds awful. Kyrie Irving. Listen to me very clearly. You can go back and you can read the entire article. That throughout that entire article, Kyrie names points to why he doesn't want to get the vaccine. Now, Pride, what bothers me is the only part they'll talk about is the voice of the voiceless. That's it. There were so many more things that went into it. He's not trying to be the Messiah.
No. Again, you're now ducking the point because you're going by an article. I'm going what came out of the man's mouth.
But that came out of your mouth.
And what is your point?
My point is you have to look at the entirety of what he said and what he's standing for, not with the part that Stephen A. Smith decides to talk about.
Kyrie Irving was so sideways out his mouth. To be honest with you,
because I'm telling you, I've been saying this for a while now, and I just it's humorous to me how everyone does this. Kyrie Irving said that out of his mouth. I didn't go.
But he said a lot more than just that.
I didn't go to an article and start and see the quote. I didn't go to YouTube and heard someone talk about it. His Instagram live, he said it out of his mouth. I am trying to be a voice of the voiceless, and I'm trying to defend the working man. How are you going to defend the working man hiding in your house and refusing to talk about it except on your terms? Why don't you go out there and
exactly
do this stuff? When Colin Kaepernick was doing the whole thing, guess what? Not only was he kneeling, not only was he trying to bring attention, but he went out and handled his business. And my thing with Kyrie, don't sit here and give me this Google bullshit that you're a martyr, that you're a voice of the voice.
But how do you know Kyrie's not out there?
Because if you really cared about it, you would be doing something.
How do you know Kyrie's not out there?
Let me just interject really quick.
After there was a protest outside and people were naming him and he was nowhere in sight, and dare I say there was a link found in 2 days, literally 2 days after he went Instagram live, and they were saying how they were organizing it. So if you're gonna sit there and tell me Kyrie Irving didn't know that, I don't know what
Let me
Let's
just
see
interject.
it.
Let me just interject really
But
quick.
how do we not know what he's doing? No one knows what he's doing.
Mike, we would know. We would know.
What do you
We
mean?
No,
would
here's
know.
let me
You wouldn't,
let
bro.
me
Yes, we would.
Let me-
Kyrie Irving, that type of
Nah.
individual. He's that type of individual. We would know.
Listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, right? So I hear Pride. I hear you when you say that basketball isn't important to him. I don't think that I agree with it, but I disagree because I think that it's important to him in his own right. I think that he's at a place right now where that's not the sole thing. Like he's
Well,
not.
he don't need to play.
Can I finish, please? Like I didn't interrupt you. So that's not his sole thing. Like that's not his like he's not it's not basketball or everything for him anymore. Like he's whatever self-discovery that Kyrie has gone on, he's starting to understand that starting to feel at least. I don't know if he understands, he's starting to feel that there's more important things than just this.
I just want to understand what you're saying. So what you're saying is basketball is still important to him.
It's just not the sole. Yeah, exactly.
And then my thing with that, because you signed a multi-million-dollar contract. You know, you don't want to go out there and play basketball. You don't need to play. You don't need to. I said million. I didn't say billion. I said million. I did not say billion. Go watch the clip. I said million. I know what the hell I said. I know what the hell I said. I don't need you to tell me what I said. I know what came out my mouth. I know what came out my mouth.
To finish my point,
you signed a contract to play basketball.
You didn't let me finish.
Go ahead.
So I was talking my thought, and you jumped into me like you said.
No, I didn't jump into you. It was actually my turn.
I'll let you go though. I'll let you take my turn though. There you go.
It was actually my turn. You intervened with my turn.
No, I was in the middle of a whole sentence, and you jumped in. But you can go.
You go get your bow tie for that junior church.
Are you going to finish your statement? Or are you
So anyway, like I was saying, the whole thing with Kyrie, right, is that, like I said, I don't think that basketball is the sole focus for him anymore. Now, beyond that, I do hear what you're saying as far as like putting action behind your words. You know what I'm saying? Like if you say something, then you should show action. But the flip side of that, I think that we're kind of missing, and I think what Mike was trying to explain is that sometimes not everybody is social enough to put that or to lead the charge or lead the march. Like there's some people that got to be in the back. Like that's just what it is. Like you know what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that you're completely wrong, because you definitely should show action in some way for sure. But not everybody is gonna be the person that's out proud and with their chest out like I'm doing this and I'm leading this and I'm blah blah blah. Because Kyrie has, believe it or not, he has done a lot of things for his cause for Native Americans, because he recently discovered a couple years ago that his mom and like great grandmothers and all that stuff were Native American. He's done a lot for them. He's done a lot for as far as like kids, like Mike said, buying books, donating to schools, Black Lives Matter, things of that. No.
She's making.
I know you're not. But I'm just
point though before they interrupt you, because I wanted to just hit it real quick. We also look at it from this perspective. And I kind of forgot what I was going to say, but I do know what I was trying to say. You look at it as Kyrie as being this guy, right? He goes out on there and he says, Pride, yes or no, many of these rallies that are being brought together asking Kyrie to be there are anti-vaccination rallies. Kyrie Irving, and the point I was making, Kyrie Irving, throughout that whole live, I watched every second of it. That's my
point. He didn't say he was anti-vax. He just said for himself personally.
I'm not saying that, but here's my
point. But those rallies specifically, I'm trying to help.
And as well, these rallies as well too. Pride, before you go, just real quick. Also, these rallies too, that the people that put together these rallies and were protesting outside are not people that would defend Kyrie if he was to get shot down in the street and he was innocent. That's the issue as well. So you got to think about that as well, because there's a lot of mixture in there as far as with that rally. So I get what you're saying. You're not wrong, but it's like I'm not gonna stand beside somebody that's not gonna stand beside me when it flips and it's on something more serious. You know what I'm saying?
If y'all want to use that, okay, I get it.
It's not the same to me though. Pride is what I'm saying. It's not like Black Lives Matter rallies. It's not like that. To the sense of there's a clear cut understanding to why
exactly.
There's many people like these anti-vaccination rallies that are for the vaccine. They just want to go back to work.
So
But the thing is, this man signs $1 million,
Why are we
millions
talking
of
about
dollars.
this though? That's not even the topic.
But it got a part of the topic. I want to finish what I was saying because Sensei rudely interrupted me. But I want to finish what I'm saying. Kyrie Irving signed a contract to play basketball. Ever since he got to Brooklyn, that's one thing that this man seemed like he can't do is play the game of basketball. He got drafted to the NBA. He signed the contract. He got signed to the contract. But you know what? We want to give a dude passes, but this dude have not been the same since he left Cleveland. He have not been the same since he left Cleveland. There's always a problem with Kyrie Irving, and nobody ever want to say that. There's always been a problem with him. When does it stop? When does it stop? When?
What do you mean nobody says it? Everybody says
when
it.
does it stop? He is being selfish to his teammates.
I'll be honest. I've been saying this since before. Like when Cleveland was a dumpster for Bron came, he was doing this stuff still. Only difference is since Cleveland was
it was on a bigger scale. It was on a bigger scale because it was on a bigger scale. Yeah, yep.
And if you don't want to play basketball, retire. Step away, Kyrie. Because what you're doing is you're taking a spot from a kid who worked their tail off but can't get it. But you holding the spot. Retire.
Wait. So
retire. Sit your behind on.
That kid being Spencer Dinwiddie that they got rid of anyway.
No.
That's another part of Brooklyn's problem. They shouldn't have got rid of Spencer Dinwiddie.
They should let Kyrie go over the hell where he wanted to go.
Bro, like we ain't even talking about this, bro. We talking about LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, look, this is my
let's get back on
LaMelo Ball.
The reason we went down this rabbit hole was because we were asking, basically why they lose.
The Brooklyn and
Warriors mad. Because Freddie's mad at
I'm not mad, Mike. Do you see that vein?
Hold on, time out.
I've seen a couple veins.
Hold on, time out. There's zero logical criticism that sticks with Kyrie Irving. Any criticism comes from a place of hate within a person cannot be taken seriously. Here's my question to you, then.
That's not hate. It's just there's honesty. It's just honesty. Yeah.
And here's my thing. If any other athlete takes a stand on anything, we always tell them they need to walk the walk.
Right, but there's multiple ways of walking the walk, though. It's not just talking.
I understand that, but he's doing none. He's doing none. And here's my thing. He's saying, "Oh, I don't know anything about the vaccine. I don't know what's in it." You got connections. Go find out. Go do some research. Go figure something out.
Hey, but that's the thing.
Hold on.
There is no research.
There is research. You got scientists. He can reach out to doctors.
Hold on. No, Mike. You can't say there's no research. Now, there's no.
You fighting to lose the fight, bro. Because
don't be that person.
Like, come on, bro. It's wild to me. No one has ever questioned the medical field until now.
That's no facts.
I've never so don't tell me there's no research. Like there's no question. No, there's not. But you can go out knowledge. You can go to a doctor and say, "Hey, look, what's in this?" And whatever's in it, what does it do to my body? Can it does this? Does it do that?
But here's the flip on that too. Like if you go,
he's had a few more lives.
If you go
doing the same thing,
right?
If you go to
Alana, my point
go ahead, Mike, go ahead.
What doctors used to know about cigarettes and steroids was that, cigarettes are supposed to make you feel a lot better and make your anxiety go away. Steroids make you big and strong. Guess what? Over research and over decades, you find out, that shit's killing people. That's what Kyrie's saying. There's not a long-term worth of research to tell you what's really good. I'm fully about vaccines. I'm for it. I don't give a shit. What I'm saying is, from Kyrie's perspective, I'm trying to let you guys know it's a dumb perspective. It's the wrong perspective in my eyes, but I hear you, and that's why I'm such a great team captain when I play ball, because I work with anybody. I really do rock with all y'all. I see all y'all views. Bro, we really don't know what's going to happen to any of us 10 years plus from now because of this vaccine. We just don't know, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Mike, we don't know, but guess what? This man got millions of dollars. He can get the best doctors out there. He ain't going to the same doctor me and you going to.
Here's the flip.
If you already have over $100 million, would you die for 17 more?
I want to address this real quick. Because this right here shows me that A, you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, and B, you're now reaching to defend Kyrie Irving. Because what you're saying, you can go to the doctor, hear them out, and then make a decision. Kyrie Irving still hasn't made a decision. He is still in the same spot he's been in since the beginning. He's done no research. He hasn't asked anybody.
Get Kenny in here.
So that's my only thing. My only thing, you can't sit here and pretend the guy's a saint. You got time to figure something out to make a decision. If you're still on the, I don't know, at some point, someone's got to look at Kyrie and say, all right, bro, how are you going to know?
Why are we acting like it's just Kyrie when 50% of Americans aren't fucking vaccinated?
We're talking about basketball, Mike. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about a player who makes millions of dollars, whose money can put him in access to people that me and you can't go to.
You him, Pride. We're talking about a kid's game. Who gives a shit?
But
don't play. Don't play.
He's not.
Retire. Open the roster spot up.
Why?
Because you're being selfish to your team, and your team, you're not interested in playing basketball, so why play?
So if we don't hold on to Freddie's point, if he's not gonna play, they're gonna have to cut him.
They're gonna have to.
I think if he's not gonna play,
he's not going to. Like he's made
gonna have to. They're gonna have to.
But I want to say something too. Like it's not as and I just want to throw this out there that it's not as simple as just going to ask a doctor for research and then that's just the end all be all. Because here's the thing with doctors and medicine and just medical stuff. Period. And I'm gonna use a millionaire as an example just to drive the point home. I'm gonna use Serena Williams for example, right? Okay. Serena Williams got pregnant, like most women do, and. You know what I'm saying? She had complications. She was asking the doctors what was going on. They gave her their version of the answer or whatever they thought it was. They gave her an answer that ended up not being the case. She ended up having blood clots and almost died on the operating table off of what a doctor told her. So it's not to say that, you know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying. You could ask a doctor, but it's not as simple as asking a doctor. And they say, no, it's not because doctors say, no, it ain't. No, it isn't. No, it is not.
Yeah, because they can go and ask them, "Yo, what's in the vaccine?" And if they know what's in the vaccine,
and Pride, do you remember that the Johnson & Johnson shot gave people blood clots and they had to recall it?
But guess what, Mike? There's two other shots out there that said they've been successful.
Okay, but they told me
that's the easy way out.
But they told me
doctors can literally tell you anything, and you still like. There's literally cases of Black women literally dying because they're asking.
So if a doctor says something, we ignore him.
No,
I'm not saying ignore him, but you have a right to question it. It ain't just if a doctor.
I'm not knocking Kyrie Irving if he wants to question it. That's not what I'm knocking him for. But if in day one you're saying I'm not anti, and by the way, again. Hold on. If this isn't about Kyrie hate, then why are we talking about Jonathan Isaac? Jonathan Isaac came out and said, I don't want to take it. That's the difference between Jonathan Isaac and Kyrie Irving. Jonathan Isaac said, hey, yo, look, man, I don't feel comfortable.
And then his state not mandating him, no, either. It's not on state mandate.
He was definitive on what he wanted. He was definitive. He put his foot down. That's why I'm not killing Jonathan Isaac. Do I agree with him? No.
But the state mandate's not there neither.
Listen, let's talk about the next topic. We're gonna be talking about this shit all day. We're gonna be talking about this all day.
This is all I'm saying.
We're gonna be on this shit all day.
He's got the opportunity to look into
free Kyrie.
I don't know. I think that's the issue. That's the issue. You can't just keep saying I don't know. If he were to just come out and say, "Oh, I'm against it," fine, whatever. You made your mind up. It is what it is.
He can do the research. He just choose not to, or something.
And like I'm saying,
he don't want to play basketball.
Mike, I know the look you're giving. I'm not saying the research is definitive. I'm not saying it's the end all and be all. All I'm saying, he'll be able to ask enough questions so in his mind he can make his decision and say, I'm gonna take it or I'm not gonna take it. That's my only problem with Kyrie.
I'm just saying this, and it's the last point I'll make.
And then please, can we move on?
Right, we're definitely moving on. But I'm fully supportive of all the vaccines. But I hear what my boy is saying, man, this shit ain't even been out a year.
I hear him.
I think what Pride is more so saying. He just wants to say.
It's not that I don't like it. It's not that I refuse. It's against my beliefs. He's not saying that. He's not lying like Andrew Wiggins saying that it's his religious background and then takes it. That was cap. That was cap. You look at it from that and say, maybe after a year from now, maybe 2 years from now, if he finds more research, maybe he feels more comfortable. I hear you. But
Mike, can I ask you a question?
No, I
want to ask you a question. I really do. Do you think Kyrie Irving questioned what kind of medicine he take? Do you think he questioned every medicine that he take? Do you think he questioned it?
How do you know Kyrie takes medicine?
Come on, lady. That's the easy way out. That's the
I'm
easy
just
way
saying.
out.
That's
the easy way out.
Everybody don't take
Do we
medicine though.
question what
Everybody
he
doesn't
eats?
take
Do we
medicine.
question everything?
That's a
No.
fact. No, everybody
You
don't
can't
take
be one
medicine.
way. You can't be one way.
There's people out there that don't take medicine. That's a fact. I'm
That's
sorry.
the easy
It
way
is.
out. That's the easy question out.
That is. I'm sorry.
That's the easy way out.
No, it ain't. It's the truth.
That is the easy way out.
The only thing is, if Kyrie Irving had came out and said, "Look, I'm waiting,"
That's what he said. Oh my god.
He didn't say it though.
He didn't say that. He said he didn't know.
They needed verbatim, like they needed in blood. They needed him to write
He
it.
said he did not know. He did not say that.
He doesn't have enough research on it yet. He's not a pro or against it. He sees where people are coming from, and all you guys.
And how long does it take for you to do the research?
I don't know.
As long as it takes to get research.
So why doesn't he say
that? Let's talk about something else, please. We're gonna be on this shit all day. Please, let's talk about something else.
Fucking throw something.
I guess anytime you criticize Kyrie Irving, it's
bro. I'm not saying that. I'm just
no. He's talking about the comments. I think he's talking about the comments. He's talking about the comments. He's not talking about you, Mike. That's about the comments.
I'm not talking about you, Mike. I'm talking about you, Mike.
Yeah, Mike. He ain't talking about you. He's talking about the comments.
Anytime you criticize Kyrie, it's based on hate, and to me.
Can I just say one thing though?
Mike, if you say one thing, we're gonna keep going on
about the
vaccine
for
hours.
It's not about the vaccine. If it wasn't for Stephen A. Smith being on his meat, we wouldn't be talking about Kyrie.
No, I don't think so.
No, that's not true.
I think
not true at all.
I don't agree.
Lives in his bro.
No,
Kyrie lives in his head rent free.
Oh no, that's true. But
that is true. That is true for sure.
Because Brooklyn was
and they're in New York. They're also in New York. That media market in New York is crazy. So they was going for sure. Yeah.
If he was doing this in Denver, I don't think people would talk about it too much.
Yeah,
but that he's in New York and he's actually this is the year they should have been winning.
Can we move on, please?
I think that's really what's gonna be. We're gonna move on. Because I guess if you criticize Kyrie. I guess if you criticize Kyrie, it's slander. It's ridiculous to me. It's to the point where like the people who say it's slander are the same ones who just watch highlight reels and like the occasional playoff game because it's trendy. Clowns.
Right.
My bad. I woke up today and chose violence, bro. I've been on one today. I've been tight, bro. I've been listening to Goofies all day, and every time I say something,
Goofies.
It's not fun no more. It's not fun no more, bro. It's not fun no more.
Go ahead, Pride. What's the next topic?
Again.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say one thing real quick. Melvin, I understand you think Google answers your question, bro. No, it doesn't, bro. But again, I'm not gonna talk about it. The Washington Wizards. I'm gonna be on and say this right now. The Washington Wizards. A lot of people are overhyping them and thinking that they are it, that they're the team to watch out for. They're legit. Question mark. Elena, let me start with you. This start that the Wizards are on, is it because they're a good team?
What the hell?
I think it's because I'm not sure if they're a good team. Because I haven't seen them play against good enough competition for me to call them a good team. I think they've gotten pretty lucky on the schedule side of things, and they haven't really had to play any top dogs just yet. So once I see them against a top dog and see how they fare, then I can give a better assessment, because I'm all about matchups, and I feel like the NBA, especially when it comes to separating teams, it's all about matchups. And like I said, they haven't. I mean, have they played like the Bulls or anybody yet, or the Nets or?
I will tell you right now.
Okay, because I don't think they have, but I'm not sure.
I'll tell you right now. I feel like they have. Well, right now they're playing Miami and they're losing.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. Like, they don't get me wrong. Like, they definitely are a team with potential. Like, I definitely can see them in maybe like a year, or what I'm saying, even just later on in this year, that they can they can pull up some impressive wins. Go ahead.
Let me read you off their schedule,
okay.
Their wins
so far,
we beat the Raptors, beat the Pacers, lost to Brooklyn, beat the Celtics, beat the Hawks, beat the Celtics again, lost to the Hawks. Lost to the Raptors, beat the Grizzlies, beat the Bucks, beat the Cavaliers, beat the Magic, beat the Pelicans, lost to the Hornets, and then 2 days ago they played Miami, lost to Miami, and then they're currently losing to the Miami Heat. I can look at your body type and tell you've never been in shape.
Oh, get him out of here.
I mean, that's fine because at the end of the day, you know what I mean. This is just another one of those generic My Park dudes who dribbles looking down and has the jump shot of a Sean Marion or a Michael Kidd Gilchrist. So again,
body type.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, like why are you looking at his body type, weirdo?
I'm 5'8", I could dunk.
No,
like, let's no. He's talking about pride.
I know.
He talking about me because I'm a friend of his boyfriend, Kyrie Irving. I'm being mean
to
Kyrie. Come on, bro, grow up.
But anyway, so anyway,
life is hard. I know life is hard, and words are hurtful, and they hurt. But as I was saying, so being interrupted by a dude who talks to a wall because no one really cares about him. Right now they're currently losing to the Miami Heat, 65.
Okay, so right. So they have some quality. Yeah, they have some quality wins. Some questionable losses. So I guess I need a bigger sample size of them because I'm not into overhyping a team that just kind of comes out. When you're a sleeper team and nobody expects something from you, it's a lot easier to attack them when you're accounted for. So once they become once they started getting hunting for and people start looking on the schedule, okay, we got the Wizards, we gotta what I'm saying, like then I can give a better assessment. Right now I think that they're an okay team. I won't give them a good team just yet. But I do like their chemistry so far. I do like the pieces that they picked up. I think that they kind of the Bulls a little bit, just a scrappy team, and all the pieces kind of are falling together right now. But no, they're not as good, Mike. They're not as good. They're not as good. They're not as good, Mike. They're not as good. I'm just saying as far as how the team is constructed. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying how about. Man, Mike, don't do that. But yeah,
I'll be honest with you. I'm not even gonna kill them for like their who they played because A, they don't control that, and B, Golden State didn't have the best schedule, but we're still saying they're a good team. My thing, and you said it. This is a team that's really playing with house money. Like no one really cares about them, and no one really has any expectations for them just yet. They're kind of in this thing, like you said, Lynn. They're playing with house money and they're chilling. They what it is. Now, when the pressure gets to them, when the expectation starts to mount, where oh my god, this might be top 5,
exactly.
Top 4. When you start hearing those talks, I'm very curious to hear because look, from the jump, the Bulls, like there's been a high expectation on the Bulls, right?
Yeah, but I wasn't saying that they're the same team. I'm just saying how the team is constructed, just how they got. What I'm saying? They got a bunch of what are you talking? Yeah, like what are you talking? Like, come on, man. I watch basketball, dog. You can't talk to me like that. Like you, but that's what I mean because they have a superstar like Bradley Beal. Then they got shooters, they got defenders. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm more so saying. Just the team construction. But go ahead, right?
Yeah, and yeah, like I said, to me, all it really comes to is frankly, when the pressure gets there, when people start saying you're a legit team, how are y'all gonna react? Because look, let's call it what it is, bro. People are hyping up Kyle Kuzma, and they're saying, "Oh my God, Kyle!"
And
Kuzma,
he's still boneheaded as ever. Listen to me. Listen to me.
Last time I checked, which was a couple days ago, shoot like 43% from the floor, which is about the same what he was doing with LA. So I'm like, don't tell me all of a sudden Kyle Kuzma was free.
But then tomorrow he gonna shoot 0 for 17 and have 12 turnovers. Like, let's not do that. Yeah. Let's not do that.
My bad. No, my bad. I wasn't looking at you. I got my daughter down here.
Oh, baby girl. Hi, baby girl.
And then my girl's down here,
Hey, Greg. I know you ain't on camera, but hey, Greg.
My bad. I probably got distracted. My bad. I forgot this ain't HBO that time. My bad. My bad. But before I throw it over to you, Mike, I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna hype them up. I ain't gonna poo-poo on them either. I'm not gonna completely discredit them. I'm gonna keep my eye on them. I want to see how it comes back in a couple weeks. And if they keep winning like this in a couple weeks, they're gonna conversation is gonna start mounting up.
Yeah, for sure.
They gonna start feeling that pressure, and I feel like then is when we're gonna be able to see. You know what I mean? Like, are these guys legit or not? Like,
right. I mean, I completely agree with Pride. I look at it from that perspective. First of all, Kuzma's averaging 14 points per game. Kuzma last year was averaging 12. So I don't understand where the hype of Kuzma is coming from. Everyone's saying, oh, well, he was in Bron's shadow. Now look at him flourish. It's not really flourish.
It's the same Kuz.
He has a less field goal percentage than he did last year with Bron.
Right.
So I understand it's a bigger sample size and it's more playing time, but you have more playing time and you're still scoring less. So I don't think I mean, you're getting more rebounds. That's cool. It's really because all you really have is Montrezl Harrell. Eastern Conference is so tough, though, man. I mean, yeah,
that's facts. It's competitive this year. It's competitive this year.
And Freddie just left. That's crazy. But it's definitely something I'm looking at it. And Bradley Beal, thanks, sis, for saying he's a superstar because I'm the same.
Yes.
Beal's a superstar. I think Zach LaVine's on the verge of being a superstar.
For sure. I agree.
Booker has emerged as one. I think Jason Tatum's as the same boat as LaVine. He's getting there. I find it funny that Luka's automatically a superstar as a rookie, and now we're talking about guys that are averaging 30, and we're still questioning it because they haven't made the playoffs. Fuck out of here. But I definitely do think, keep your eye on them. There's something to look at. There's something to evaluate. I think they have a nice constructed team. I think there's a lot of guys on this team. Hachimura is one of them, and the one I like the most is Denny Avdija. Denny Avdija is one of those guys that I think once he starts to flourish, if he could be what everyone expected him to be or even close to it, I think you definitely have a special squad. I think they're very young. I think this is more of a long-term thing. I think this really does help with keeping Beal the same way it does, bringing in these guys to help LaVine. I definitely do look at it from that side of things. And honestly, the Wizards got lucky. The Wizards got lucky that they got this package that they did. Because honestly, if it was a year before, I don't think anybody trades for Russ in Houston, and I think he finishes his career probably out in Houston. So I think they got lucky that they got Russ in the first place, and that Russ elevated them to the playoffs. I think obviously you keep your eye on them, but I'm not really. I'm really not.
Kuz is gonna be Kuz, man. Like we gotta stop over because everybody's like, "Oh, he's not playing with LeBron no more." So like, no, let's not. Like Kuz is gonna be.
I mean, yeah. That's the thing. Like everyone's like, "Oh my God, he's out of Bron's shadow," and all of a sudden, I'm like, "Bro, right here, funny part, he out of Bron's shadow, and you think he's doing that great? He has somebody's shadow because
now
I was saying the pressure is less on him in this role in Washington right now because he's not playing with Bron. But
if we're talking about someone in Bron's shadow. It's honestly, and Bron's got a mad love for this kid, but it is, I think, what holds him back from being a dominant player is Talen Horton-Tucker. That's somebody I feel like if you were starting instead of Bron, man, Talen could be. I'm not saying he's be better than Bron, and that should happen. It shouldn't. But I'm saying if he was on the Pistons,
he's still getting his numbers right now, even with Bron.
That's someone in your shadow. Now,
the 12 points ain't you ain't in this. You're not even. Come on, man.
Bron went down in the playoffs.
Come on, man. Like
when Bron went down in the playoffs against the Phoenix Suns, where was Kuzma? Nowhere to be found. Now, when Bron goes down this year, Talen Horton-Tucker's been dogging everybody. The Bulls had amazing defense. And he gave him 28. I'm looking at like Talen's real, and Talen's what thinks he is. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
You nailed it right on the head. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you did.
Take
it. But obviously, we're talking about LA. We're gonna keep it in LA, talking about the ugly stepsister.
Ugly stepsister.
This is the Clippers team. This is the Clippers team that, I don't want to say they're horrible because they're a solid team, but they've never been able to reach expectations.
No.
Ever. It's always something. Either they ended up choking or injuries ended up happening. They've been extremely unlucky. And so, Mike, let me ask you a question, Mike. And feel free to answer however you wish. Eric Bledsoe, low-key has been kind of doing this thing alongside Paul George, right? So when Kawhi Leonard comes back, do you think he could be the third guy in their big three?
Not looking
at me. With how Bledsoe has been playing, do you think he could be, the big three when Kawhi comes back?
I seen that, sis. But I do. I think it's the big three the same way Milwaukee has a big three. I think Eric Bledsoe is your true Holiday. I think that's honestly what they needed. Pat Beverly's not that guy. People they've had in the past isn't that guy to facilitate an offense. I think if Kawhi, and it's a big if, because I know Sis has talked about it a lot. I don't have hate for Kawhi. I'm just being real. if he comes back this year, I think you're seeing a Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo thing, where Paul George might actually be the number one option instead of Kawhi. Kawhi is trying to be that Chris Middleton, and Eric Bledsoe is that True Holiday. And Serge Ibaka is your Brook Lopez. I don't trust Bledsoe either, but we're not asking him to be anything. We're asking him to just be a spot-up guy, posting people up, getting everybody facilitated, being a part of that offense. We've seen him do it before. I'm really curious to see if Kawhi can come back fully healthy. What's that like? I think it could be something special. I really do.
Yeah, Sensei, how you feel about it?
As a wise woman once said, that wise woman being Carrie Champion, Clippers gonna clip. And it's just is what it is. You cannot trust the the Inglewood Clippers. They're not even the Los Angeles Clippers no more. They are the Inglewood Clippers. That's where the stadium is at. I'm just gonna call it what it is. And if you have a team where Paul George is going to be your number one option, I'm sorry, but we've seen Paul George's history when he's the number one guy. We've seen Paul George's history when he's the second fiddle guy. We've seen Paul George rise in the regular season and shrink when the moment matters the most. And until I can see him overcome that, I cannot trust. The same way that Iverson Vlogs is saying he doesn't trust Bledsoe, I don't trust PG. I'm sorry, I don't. I like PG's game. I think he has a smooth game, but when it matters most, when it counts, when it's for the marbles, PG don't be there for you. And it's like, and you also have the big what? Go ahead, Mike.
Do you trust Kawhi?
I would trust him more than PG.
No, that's not the question. That's not the question.
No, I would trust him.
Kawhi.
I don't, and I think I've actually alluded to this before. I don't trust Kawhi in the clutch either. Like, I don't trust him in those big moments. He's not a decision maker. Like in those critical moments, he's not a, because let's look at it. What is, I'll ask this. So, and you know what I'm saying? I'll ask you this. Like, and when it comes to Kawhi, right? What is his clutch moments? Like, what are the moments that the
luckiest shot in the fucking world?
That's what I'm saying.
That was a bad shot.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't get twisted. No, I agree with you. That was a horrible shot.
And if it wasn't for the bounce, he misses. If it's not for the bounce, he misses.
And I understand that, but not only did he make it, but B, we have seen Kawhi Leonard hit some clutch shots before. Yeah. So I just don't think it's just kind of the same thing with LeBron. If it doesn't, just because it doesn't happen, Game 7 on the final,
right? I hear you.
2 seconds left, and it's the last shot of the season.
Oh yeah, no, I feel that.
You know what I mean? Like, but in the regular season, he has had some of those moments. Now again, I'm not saying that he's like the clutchest guy in the history of the sport. I'm not saying that, but I think he's clutch enough where if you put him in a good position, if you give him a clean shot, I'm okay with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Go ahead.
And I hear what you're saying. I think, especially with Kawhi's skill set, I would favor more the ball being in Kawhi's hands than PG's, because I just think that Kawhi is more of a cyborg than PG in those moments. I think PG. I think the moment kind of gets too big for PG sometimes. Like, I think he kind of just gets in his own head, and it just doesn't really sync right with, what I'm saying, with his game or whatever. But like Kawhi doesn't really have any. He's void of emotion. So it's just like, I'm gonna just do what I got to do, and then that's just it. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, I think the Clippers can make noise, but I'm sorry, man. It's the Clippers at the end of the day, dog. I can't trust the Clippers.
And I feel you. I will say this. What Eric Bledsoe is doing, I mean, it's okay. He's giving you 10 points, solid. I just don't like how the efficiency. But again, like Mike said, we're not expecting him to be that guy. We're not expecting him to like show up and like average 20. We're not asking that from him.
Yeah.
We're asking him.
Same with Bledsoe, or same with True Holiday. He was kind of just vibing.
Exactly. But see, they're not asking him to, carry this massive load. So, I mean, maybe he can. I personally prefer Reggie Jackson to be that guy, to be honest.
Yeah, I
would prefer him.
You do got Terrence Mann. You still, but
But again, here's the problem I see with the Clippers, and I'm with Elena here to the point where last year, before Kawhi went down, I was campaigning this. I was leading the streets with it. Nobody was with me, but I was saying the Clippers not considered they need to trade Paul George because we've seen this time and time again in the play. And by the way, there were people out there were saying he had great playoffs.
Mhm.
I'm like, Paul George is the only guy I know who can have a game shooting 38% from the floor, and because the standards for him and the expectations are so low, they
Mhm.
consider that a great game.
Yeah.
Because of the standard. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm with you, Atlanta. Honestly, it don't matter who the third guy is.
Yeah.
It don't matter who that third guy is.
No, it don't.
Personally, I just don't trust Paul George. And again, regular season, he handles his business. We've seen him in the regular season be in contention for MVP.
Right.
We've seen him be a problem, a force to be reckoned with. Though in Indy in the regular season, this guy was, looking like the last true hope, when the Bulls went down and Braun was out there being Darth Vader. You know what I mean? I'm talking about in the original. I'm not talking about when they did the remake. I'm talking about when you had old Ben Kenobi, right? And they were saying, "Oh my God, Paul George, he's the Luke Skywalker." And it's not even the Luke Skywalker that's like the Jedi Knight. He's the Luke Skywalker that was going to Yoda and was training in the swamp. That's how they were pushing this thing. Go ahead, Mike.
I never seen Star Wars like that.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you this right now. In Star Wars,
I never seen Harry Potter either.
Oh no, I'll never watch Harry Potter. My girl kills me for that. I'll never watch Harry Potter. Luke Skywalker in the original trilogy.
That's the green one, right?
Yes, with the green zoom, right? He was considered to be the last guy. That's why one of the movies it's called A New Hope, right? Because
seen that one.
Yes, and he's supposed to save everyone. He's supposed to be that guy.
Yeah, he
sold. Paul George.
He sold.
No, he sold and then he came back and then handled. You feel me? And that's the problem, right? Like, that's the problem. Like, Paul George sold, came back, sold, and sold. To me, at this point, I'm surprised he got possession. The man sold so much, I'm surprised he got clothes on his back. Like, that's the guy we're talking about come playoffs. And I think at this point, he is who he is.
Yeah.
I don't think Paul George really, because again, when it gets tough, he can't handle. And to be honest, like I said, I don't care who the third guy is. It could be Zach LaVine magically somehow being the third guy, or DeMar DeRozan, or Drew Holiday. No, I'm not saying that. If you have Paul George in your big three,
it's possible. Don't speak that.
No, it's not. Hey, look, bro, Chicago won't be dumb enough to try to get Paul George. No way.
Well, I just mean Zach leaving.
No, I don't think so. We'll talk about that too. Yeah, that actually be a fun one to talk about. But when it comes to having Paul George in your big three, sis, I think if you have him there, you're not winning. You're not winning. Like you said, we've seen him be the number one guy. We've seen him be the number two guy. And if you have him as the number three guy, unless it's LeBron James and
it ain't
Joel
happening.
Embiid, or if it's like Kawhi Leonard and Damian Lillard, unless those two
because
above him,
Paul George,
way better.
Paul George needs to be on a team with another dog, so it kind of covers over what he lacks. Because the thing with like in Miami, because the thing with like
everyone knows
you got
dog, so he could be.
And he could be a poodle and it ain't gonna be noticeable because all the dogs is gonna take care of all the major work. But when you play with somebody like Kawhi, like when things go bad, Kawhi's not the guy to rally the troops. Kawhi's not the guy to, hit you in the chest and say, "Hey, come on, man, pick it up." Like he's not the guy to be like, "We gotta win this, we gotta do that." He's like, "All right, I mean, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, but if you don't do what you do, then all right, cool." You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree. But I've seen this organization do a lot of Bulls things.
You can't trust the Bulls organization. That's a fact.
I don't believe
right. Just throwing the bag. They don't throw the bag lightly. They don't. After Derek, they have not thrown the bag.
Nope.
For good reason.
I'm gonna say Derek scarred him because they was like, we threw him the bag, and then he just was like,
Derek scarred them bad. And I love D. He deserved that.
And here's the
thing for sure, absolutely.
And here's the thing, because to your point about the leadership, You know, Kawhi is kind of just like, you know, I'm out there. It is what it is. And they said perfectly. Once Kawhi retires, we will never hear from him again.
That's a fact.
Nope.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
He has this weird 180.
He don't even talk now, bro.
He don't talk now.
No, he don't.
Listen, there was a video of Kawhi at the strip club, and he looks like he was just having the least fun. You could like there was no expression. He was sitting there like this is the worst thing in the world, and it's like my guy, like
sitting there. He had the same face I would have if I'm in a strip club with my girls next to me, dare me to touch, dare me. That's the face Kawhi has.
Listen,
and I gotta look mad bored, like.
Yeah,
listen,
I'm choosing not to speak about anything because
good job, Mike. You're being watched.
I have hung up my jersey.
Yeah, but see the thing, when I saw that, I'm like,
right behind the Urlacher jersey is Mike's old jersey, right behind it, yo. But I'm gonna say this about the leadership. Kawhi's a dude that on the court, he don't talk right now. Kind of on the court, right?
Yeah.
Paul George tries. He tries to fucking galvanize. When you got Terrence Mann laughing at you, you're not a leader. Quit while you're
But
you're trying to get Zubac up, and Zubac is like, bro, get away from me. When you got Zubac doing that to you?
When the story came out in the bubble after they blew the 3-1 lead and he was calling himself trying to rally the troops and everybody looked at him like, what are you talking about? Like, shut your ass up. Like, my guy, not you.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's really what it comes down to. Like I said,
and that's why you trade Kawhi Leonard for Jamal Murray.
I would not trade Kawhi. I would trade Paul George.
I would trade Jamal. I mean, I would trade Paul George. Yeah,
because the thing is, Jamal, when he talks, they listen.
Exactly, and he's a dog, and he's a hooper. Like,
hey, ACL for ACL. Let's do it.
Mike, you stupid.
It's the same beat. Joker, he weird. You know, Kawhi, he weird. Michael, he hurt. Kawhi hurt. I think he'd be fine.
Man, I can't stand you, man. I can't stand you whatsoever, yo.
Weird.
Hey, weird.
I mean, yo, it's been another fun episode of ASAP 5. Episode 2, you know what I mean? And this was
two
fun.
of them things. This was great, man.
Fun, you know? I mean, bro, look, it was crazy. This episode was crazy. You know what I mean? We had we had a clown worried about my body. I'm engaged, brother. So you feel me? Maybe in another life, you and I can do a tango, but you feel me?
You feel what I'm saying.
Bro, you're a couple years too late. You know what I mean? Like Freddie almost had a heart attack live, bro. Like I was there. I had 911 on speed. I was just waiting.
Freddie lied 5 times about something that we have on tape.
Yo, sis. Mike didn't just want all the smoke. He demanded it.
And honestly, listen,
he was loaded, bro. He was like John Wick. Like my guy was like, "What we doing, dog?"
No, for real. The Chicago and us will never let somebody try us. Y'all have to understand that. When y'all press the button, we going full steam ahead. Understand?
All I say,
full steam ahead.
All I say, I don't incriminate myself, but green light.
Like I said, Mike is the king. Mike is the King Von to my Lil Durk.
Hold on. I get why you say
green light.
No, I get it. I get it now. It's Squid Games. I get it.
It's Squid Games.
But I got it.
It's worse.
Squid Games.
It's worse.
It's Squid Games on Southside Chicago terms.
No, hold on. Time out. I'll say this right now. It's Squid Games. Mike, let that sink in for a minute. I promise when it sinks in, you're gonna be like, you're gonna be in the shower tomorrow.
Ooh, Pride. I think I'm.
Okay. And let it fertilize. Okay. Let it water it. Let it take its time. And when it grows, you're gonna see it. The instant you see the stem, you're like, I get it.
I ain't never seen Squid Games either.
You gotta watch it. It's pretty interesting.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I watched it. I thought I was gonna hate it.
I thought so too, because everybody was hyping it, but it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, and it was pretty lit. But that's enough for us. It's your boy Pride. He said Chicago equals a perk, damn it.
You know, for real, like we don't play. When you send for a Chicagoan, we coming back full-fledged force, man. It's not a game.
Mike is like, hey, yo, look, not trying to incriminate myself. By the way, comment of the night, no bullshit. The most recent one, just because of how honest it is. We never hear from Kawhi.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Never hear from
add Kyrie to that list too, because once he retired, we ain't never gonna hear from him again either.
This is gonna be something
I think Kyrie's like Scotty.
Yes, I was gonna say the same thing.
Oh, okay.
About a lot of people though, not just Bron.
Okay.
We're never even gonna mention him again. Watch with Kawhi Leonard. 5 years return, we're gonna forget about him. But it's your boy Pride on behalf of Mike and Sensei. This has been yet another beautiful rendition of ASAP Vibes. We will be back here Tuesday, 6 p.m. Eastern time, right?
Yep, 6
p.m. Eastern time. We will see you guys then. Be safe.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.